Maybe in this final hour, Terry, a lot must or may be given out.
Oh, yeah.
From all the jam we have to offer to spread all over you, to party limo spots, to hot tub reservations, things of this nature. You know what I'm talking about, Terry?
I do.
I know you have some stuff on your pile that also needs to be discussed. What's the next item that you would like to bring to our attention this morning? Yes, clear the throat, always a good move. Yes, what do you have there, please?
I have a story about a 20-year-old gentleman.
Hang on.
See, you asked me to start stories, and the next thing you know, I'm hanging.
That's true, and I'm going to get to your stories, I promise, but I just happened to notice something on the call board that has to be addressed. Brandy, what are you still doing?
Oh, jeez, really?
Brandy.
Then I'm not putting her back on cam. Forget it.
Every time I look up on the call board, Terry...
No more
And
cam.
luckily, she's got a hotline number. Apparently, someone who must have fallen under her spell, Pasty Dave, gave her a hotline number, and she's able to call in whenever she wants. So she's like a pseudo John this morning. And every time I look up, it says in bold, and Vinnie the Pooh's screening calls in large part this morning is putting always her name in bold print on the call screen. So I can't help but notice that she's up there amongst the others. And I'm just wondering when she calls it a day this morning
until she gets on, probably.
Leaves it the way we left it as I'll get back to her on this. What's the problem, Brandy?
I really, really, really want to go.
Oh, jeez. Terry's
sounding all sexy. Maybe you should have a...
She's getting right into the posture where I want her to. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to contort her at all myself. All I have to do is just wear her down, and she'll be, laying it up there like on a tee.
Please, T-Man.
Brandy, you could say please until you're blue in the face. The status still remains that we will get back to you on this, and that's going to have to be good enough for this morning. All right, baby, or what?
She's moaning for you now.
Tony, who's a Terry Cam regular, wants me to just give her the word right now and make it official. Tony, what can I do for you? Is that what you're feeling, or what?
Yeah, I want to get Brandy on there. Get Brandy on the bus.
Tony, are you on the... It's not a bus. Are you on the limo? Do you have your spot, or what?
You know what? This is Tony, who always drives. Who, from the very first day.
The guy who's able
awesome.
to not look at the road and hasn't been in an accident since Terry Cam began.
He's got an interesting little life himself, by the way.
He hasn't looked straight ahead for about, I don't know, how long has Terry Cam been up? About 6 months?
Yes.
And yet the man, to our knowledge, has yet to get in an accident? Is that the Tony I'm talking to?
Yes,
is that you, Tony? But Tony, you're not on the party limo, and I think if I give Brandy 2 seats, or at least even 1 seat on the party limo, that diminishes your chances of being a part of this ridiculous, outrageous situation leading to Wild Jam. You wanna lessen your chances of being able to get on, or what?
Well, I'm about to go. She could enjoy it. She's had a bad time right now with her, with her man cheating on her and everything. So she needs to have a good time.
Oh,
Did you say
I love you. You're such a sweetheart.
She's loving other people.
She's so easily worn down, Terry. She's so breakable.
No, Tony's always been sweet to me.
Always been sweet to you. And your husband's the one who has been doing wrong in your marriage, but Tony's always been...
that. I've seen... No.
He didn't touch nobody.
We hear the purr. We hear the purring in your voice when you talk about Tony. Don't sit up here on this show and talk about how your husband is completely responsible for the meltdown of your marriage. When you're purring this and you're moaning that and you're twisting this nipple and you're doing all this.
Oh, wait, you forgot one down here.
And you want us all to believe that your husband is responsible for the cave-in of your marriage, Brandy. Is that what you want us all to understand? Are you still sticking by that story?
I have always been faithful to him, so I've never slept with another guy yet.
Wow. We better ask you the same question tomorrow. I don't know.
Wow.
Or definitely by Friday, because she's ready. So you're ready to drop everything and fly out to the Bay Area this week?
Yeah.
You don't have work conflicts. You don't have responsibilities. You don't have any kids, or what?
No, she doesn't have a kid. Don't you have a kid?
I can double check as far as my schedule goes. I just need to make sure.
Double check if you have a kid?
T-Man, I do have a kid, yes. That may be a problem.
You have any kids or what, Brandy?
Yeah, I have one.
You have one child?
Mm-hmm.
Boy or a girl?
Girl.
You have that kid vaginally?
Whoa!
You didn't C-section? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's very important for the party limo circumstances, Terry.
Really?
These questions are not just for mere curiosity.
Vaginal birth need not apply.
Why didn't you have a vaginal? Yeah, the disclaimer voice. Why didn't you have a vaginal, more conventional little labor situation? What happened there?
I couldn't. I was too small, and she wouldn't drop.
You were too small in the vaginal canal region. Is that what you're saying? How big was the child, your daughter, at birth?
She was 8 pounds, 14 ounces, and 19 inches.
So a rather large baby.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't drop. How long were you in labor?
For about 26 hours.
26 hours before the determination was made to have the pregnancy via C-section.
Whoa.
Wow.
My mom took 11-2 out the Steiner. What do you want?
Whoa!
Hey, not out the Steiner.
Not out the Steiner.
Whatever.
Suck it up.
That's right.
No, it wouldn't be the Steiner. But if that would explain a lot about you if you were born through the Steiner Canal. But anyway,
yes.
all right. Well, where are we going? Where was I at with Brandy here? Oh yeah. You can
Her
just
schedule.
Restraining order.
You can just eliminate the responsibilities as it pertains to your daughter, considering it. Now this child is fathered by your husband, or is that safe to assume, or what? Okay, so the divorce that you're saying is now pending involves, well, the child, and not only are you gonna be making the daughter of yours, how old is she?
She's 4.
Not only are you going to make it known that you're divorcing her dad, but now you're going to run out and go do the whole party limo wild jam thing? Are you sure your daughter can handle all that in one given week?
Well, she's supposed to be staying with the in-laws this weekend anyways because they're going out of town to see their family, so...
She's going to be around. How
got it all figured out,
convenient
man.
she does.
All right, we'll get back to you in 46 hours, Brittany. Thanks a lot for the call.
46?
What a deal.
She's going to call again. You know that,
Well, she called last hour, Terry, and I was 47 hours, so the countdown continues. Anyway, you were saying now, Terry, what were you getting at? What do you
About
got?
the 20-year-old dude who... what
happened to him?
He fell off of a balcony,
Oh, geez.
and he actually survived, is the amazing thing.
The balcony was 2 feet off the ground.
And no, it was 50 feet down, actually. A
50
full
foot.
3 stories.
50 feet equals 3 stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew what the exact measurement of a story is.
Well, now you know.
Approximately like 50 or 15, 16 feet, 17 feet is a story, or what?
Well, approximately.
How do they come up with that?
Well, I don't know, but
3 stories, 50 feet.
50
he
feet
fell.
down.
I mean, an adult male can survive a 3-story fall, right? 4 or 5 stories is pushing it.
well,
So is that that's big news that a guy survived a 3-story fall? Why?
well,
is
the
it
reason
such a
why
big-
it's such a big news story is because
Where did it happen, first of all?
it actually happened in England.
Oh, geez. Yeah, so it was so foggy that no one even knew.
Well,
He
no,
didn't know
but
it
the
going.
guy was totally wasted, is why he survived. And doctors actually, were shocked because him and his friends looked for his friends and hotel security looked for him for like 2 hours, and then he
So in other
walked
words-
into the hotel lobby and with just like a sore back. Which, by the way, he did fracture his spine.
Oh, that's always fun. If you're gonna fall 3 stories, make sure you're good and drunk so you can survive, because it allows you to be in like a more flimsy kind of posture to the point where you're not going to do as much damage as if you're sober and you're falling and
Right,
you're
because you're
rigid.
bracing yourself when you're falling like
So
that.
you're doing yourself a disservice by getting all rigid when you're falling, and that can cause more harm than really brace your fall.
Yes,
But
actually.
because he was so gone and faded, he just didn't even have it necessarily even register that he was falling, and that's what may have led to his survival.
Pretty much. The doctors say that his muscles were so relaxed because he was so wasted that they actually absorbed the shock of the impact. And that's
All right,
what
well,
helped
let
him
this be a
survive.
lesson to you all. If you're going to fall like Gumby, and maybe you'll survive. 3 stories. Okay. All right. Fascinating, not really. What else? Well, I have heard that. I have heard if you're in a terrible car crash, if you see it coming and you kind of stiffen up, you could be doing yourself a lot more harm than if you were caught off guard or I'm sorry to say, drunk and get in an accident. The survival rate is higher if you're loose as opposed to kind of stiffening up. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I do understand where you're coming from. And when you do hear about accidents involving drunk drivers, who are the ones who survive? They are, like you pointed out.
The drunk driver who very easily could have destroyed someone's family by hitting an innocent person is always the one who survived those accidents, and
that is why.
Could be one of the reasons why. Okay. Anyway, what else? Give me one more quick story. What do you got?
I also have a story here about a gentleman who resisted arrest by throwing his baby at the police. Happened in Virginia.
That should buy him a good 5 seconds.
Yeah. 10-month-old daughter, and they tried to stop him. He tried to avoid the arrest by throwing his infant at them and running away.
Not the type of move that wins you the Father of the Year award, is that what you're saying, Terry?
Right.
Top 10 finalists, but not Father of the Year.
Oh, he's still one of the finalists?
Top 10, yes.
Really?
Luckily, the baby wasn't hurt.
Still to be determined, so we'll see what happens.
So he was about to be arrested. The cuffs were about to go on, and he felt it coming, so he threw his child. How old was the baby?
10-month-old baby.
10-month-old. He threw it at the officers and made a run for it.
Oh, yeah, but didn't get very far, got caught regardless, and luckily the 10-month-old was not harmed.
Well, as I said, it only buys you a good 4 or 5 seconds, so you got to be able to know that you can outrun the cops even after getting your head start. So if you're not going to be the speedster type of on-the-lam individual, then you may want to think twice about throwing your baby at the cops. I mean, if you're fast...
Oh, jeez.
Lightning fast, then maybe the head start is all you'll need, and throwing the baby is the best move that can get you out of a tough spot. But
or if you throw it with bathwater, maybe. That seems to work
because
sometimes.
You do want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Very distracting.
It's a good technical move, yeah. Mm-hmm.
God. People, I swear.
And where did this happen now, Terry? In England again, too?
In Virginia.
Oh, Virginia, yes. Very close to England. It's a short walk. Anyway. So 2 happy stories. Okay.
Do you want a third?
A third story?
More of a stat, actually.
Well, that was kind of a quick one. We can go on to one more if you want, and then I'll go back to the phones and see what final thoughts we may have in this final hour here on a Monday morning. Go ahead. What do you got?
How about this? According to a recent survey, 20%
a mother ate her child? You want to tell us a little balancing type? I mean, you're making guys feel like, I don't know, like we're bad people, that we could just, on a whim, to get ourselves a little jump on the cops. We'll throw our children at the cops and not even give a care in the world about our own offspring, Terry.
Well,
you have a story that will show a woman in a bad light who's a mom, or no?
No, I think we've had plenty of those, and I'm sure
we have. Okay.
In the past.
All right.
Have we not? I was going to give you a stat.
Completely different type of story item here. Go ahead. Yes. Give me a stat.
20% of women say that the best place to go on a first date is actually somewhere with live music.
And why is that?
Well, I would guess that.
So you can't hear what the guy has to say because he's an idiot. It's too loud.
Because everything that comes out of a guy's mouth on a first date is just going to ruin every little hope and dream you had about this being the fantasy guy. Is that right? Because guys are dumb, and as soon as they open their mouth, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Hotshot, if he's trying to be funny, I think that probably could be a big part of it.
Why else would it be? It's so loud when you go to see live bands.
Why would you want the first date to be right in the presence of a live band?
Maybe it's the energy in the bar and things like that. And yeah, probably,
Yeah, everyone wants the pressure to be taken off as far as the uncomfortable conversation and the unnecessary silence that comes up as part of the first date situation. So that's why they say movies, although, I don't know, movies are weird on a first date, and there really is no good first date spot.
Well,
except maybe storage room, pants around your ankles kind of situation. That's to me a very quality first date. But short of that, Terry, there really isn't a very comfortable first date environmental kind of situation that you can figure out. So, all right, It's about as good or bad as any of the other options. A place with live music.
Sure.
With a band that ain't going nowhere.
And they'll be here again next week and the next year. And same venue.
Right.
Jay in San Jose. You're on the air, Jay.
What's up, Steven? How's it going, dude?
What's up, Jay?
Nothing, man. I want to take your girl on the party bus.
Why can't anyone understand that we've already said clearly many times we've done a very serious study on the transportation, and it's not a bus. It is every bit, even though it's huge, Terry. It has a pool in the back. Anyone who calls it a party bus from this point on is immediately disqualified.
Oh, okay. Then he's disqualified. Time to hang up.
Now, maybe you want to... Maybe you want to throw her on your party bus, but we're taking a party limo to Wild Jam, if that's what you're getting at.
No, I know, but I know. See, Terry knows. Terry knows me from the Terry Cam chat. You know.
Yes, I get it. Everyone is on Terry Cam these days. There's no one that's not participating anymore. Every last person who's ever listened to the show is logged on to Terry Cam at this point. You see how popular Terry Cam is now,
I do.
Terry? You can't find anyone that hasn't been on Terry Cam at this stage now.
I know.
It's out of control.
Every morning. I talk to Terry every morning. This is Flight for 947.
Jeez.
You know this guy, Terry?
Of course.
You know this fool, Terry?
Yeah, I log on. I talk to her. I tell her good morning.
Oh, and you feel like you've made that big an impact. Well, Terry's got a lot of guys talking at her right now. So, don't get so carried away with yourself, Jay, that you feel like you've made such an impact in Terry's world that she even knows who the hell you are. She may not know you from a frickin' hole in the wall. Do you know this guy, Terry?
She knows me.
I do. I know who the regulars are, yes.
And he's a regular?
Yes.
But you got so many regulars now, Terry. How can you keep them straight?
But you know what's interesting? We actually have some new faces on the cam, which is really good. Some of the regulars have decided to step off the cam for a little bit, which is nice. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't always ask her to get on the little chat, webcam thing. I talk to her every morning.
All right, whatever. I don't really care. So what do you want, Jay? What are you asking now?
I want to take Brandy on the party limo.
Well, don't you think it's to be left to the professionals, that being us, to determine whether Brandy makes it or not onto the party limo situation? Because it's not just taking up a spot that first of all, you're not on the party limo to my knowledge, Jay, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, as I said to the last caller, now everyone's getting carried away because Brandy sounds all sexual and desperate, Terry, that they want her on the party limo, even if it slims down their percentage chance of getting on themselves. Just the thought of Brandy being on now is good enough for all the guys out there because she sounds like walking sex.
But you know why else, too? Because she is in Terry Cam land, private messaging everybody to call in for her.
So
Yes, she is. I know that for a fact. I know it for a fact.
She may be making side deals.
Oh,
is that what you're saying, Terry?
Yeah. I'm
so
sure
she may
she's
have promised,
negotiating.
So even if Jay doesn't make it on the party limo, she may have offered him a little side deal to come on and endorse her for the party limo. Jay, are you a single guy?
Yes, I am.
You have no commitments to anyone?
Nope.
So you have no problem admitting, like, you're worried about anyone finding out and it getting back to your woman. You have no problem admitting whether Brandy has offered you a side deal to endorse her to be on the party limo, right?
She didn't. I'm at work today. I'm at work right now. I'm a driver. I'm not even on Terry Cam right now.
But maybe it was kind of implied, even though she may not have come right out and told you what she's going to do to you. Maybe you kind of got a feeling, a sense that she's going to give you some kind of thank you type moment if you were to be the what puts her over the top and getting on the party limo. Maybe you're feeling that way. Is that what you're working on in your mind there, Jay? Or why would you be so excited about Brandy being on the party limo if you're not going to be on it?
Well, because I just think she's a cool chick, you know what I'm saying? She got a little begging aspect going on about her, but I think she's cool, and I think she should be on the party limo. And I think I should be the one to take her.
Yes. Well, what if I were to tell you that if she makes it on, that absolutely 100% eliminates you from being on? That with one comes the other. If I put her on, hypothetically, which is probably not going to happen there, if I put her on, that in doing that, any chance of you being on is 100% out of the question. Are you still as excited about it? Are you still endorsing her to be on the party limo? Yes or no?
Well, yeah, she's fine as hell.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to enjoy any of that fine as hell status if you're not gonna. He thinks he's gonna ultimately meet up with her.
I know he does. Because she has negotiated something on the side.
There's something in it for him if he goes this full out to get Brandy on the party limo. He knows it. He won't admit it.
So I'm the guy that got you on. Is there something you want to say to me or something?
Hey, Jay, we understand your motivation. Thanks for the call. It's done nothing for Brandy. Actually, Brandy's further away from being on the party limo now because of your sniveling little ways, thinking that you're going to get a little handout. Jay's expecting some little bit of a handout from Brandy.
Yep.
Terry, I don't want to get overly consumed with Brandy's status on this party limo around. We got a lot of things to do around here.
Okay, I know, but I'm just
Everyone seems to be all caught up in the Brandy moment here. You know, should I just... Instead of having the countdown to the 45 hours and 43 minutes, Terry, before we make the determination on Brandy's status, on or off the party limo, should I just, end all the suspense right now and give you my final answer?
Yes.
Well, I don't have the answer, so I can't do that.
Okay.
Because I told you it involves more. She's in Wisconsin.
I understand
She's lived in Wisconsin since I first started getting an email from her about 3 years ago. She's been listening from Wisconsin through streaming and now through Terry Cam for years.
Well,
why should she be on the party limo? The people in the Bay Area should be outraged.
They are. There's a couple people who are. Not fair, babe.
Meanwhile, I got every phone line. Vallejo, I got them all over the Bay saying, oh, yeah, you got to put her on, T-Man. I don't get it. Oh, no, I get it. Oh, I get it perfectly. Brandy is ready to personally thank everybody that endorses her for the party limo. Or at least that's the feeling. And maybe it's true.
Mm-hmm.
In everyone's mind out there. Chris, you're still hanging on? I forgot about this dude, Terry.
Oh, jeez.
You're still hanging in there, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, his girlfriend won't have sex with him unless it's on camera.
That's right.
This guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is there anything we didn't settle with you, Chris? Or where'd we leave it with you? I'm completely disjointed this morning. Yes. Wow.
You asked me if I had any questions, and I said I had 2 questions.
Oh, yeah. What were your questions again?
One is I wanted to know if this is like something that I should continue. Should I tell her that I don't want to do it anymore? I told you that answer already. I told you don't rock the boat. I mean, if this got your girlfriend to a point where she's giving you way better, more freaky, more ridiculous sex than you've ever gotten in 5 years, why would you want to bring it to an end? You said very clearly that you're capable of being able to shut out the whole aspect of being on camera, and it doesn't really affect you. So what's the big whoop here? I'm just afraid that somebody we know will see us.
You think? And obviously that kind of turns her on, though. She could care less.
Well, just put on the zipper mask a little bit more often, and no one will identify you. All right? Everything will be fine. All right, Chris? Yeah. Don't shake the tree. All right?
I guess I can live with it. My other question, equally important.
I'm sorry. Call back tomorrow. Anyway.
That's one question per customer, right? What the hell?
And you understand, Terry, that if I put Brandy on the party limo, that means I have to, at some point over the next couple of days, go into management and ask them to expense that airline ticket. Because, I mean, I could pay it out of my own pocket.
You could, yes.
But I don't know if I want to.
Okay.
I mean, why? Should I do that? I mean, to save me a trip into the offices of the suits around here? You want me to put up the $400 or whatever it costs to get her out here?
That is, you know what? That's entirely up to you. I kind of agree with some of the people. Yeah, I don't think it's fair.
I personally try to avoid suits if at all possible, so you're asking the wrong guy here.
Man. I don't know. And then if I pay for it, does that mean I got to make the arrangements, or how do I got to start making details with Brandy on this?
You do. It's an intimate discussion between you two.
I say you make the arrangements, and I'll just give you the cash when you come out here. Do I want to start getting involved in all this, or what?
I don't know. Do you?
Put up the old La Quinta, call it a day. Have a nice life. Cut her a check.
I don't know.
I'd rather you put Kevin on.
Kevin? Oh, you're Kevin?
My Kevin. I think he's more deserving.
Kevin, why are you calling back?
What's up to you, man?
Terry, normally it's one call per day.
I
That's
know
the
what's
rules
up.
around here. And
there's
this is the day where anyone can get on as many times as they want.
Also, there's another one on Terry Cam named Maurice who said that you left her hanging last week.
Yes, Kevin.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Of course you can, Kevin.
Look, fact is, I'm trying to get on the party plane. And
Party plane, yes.
I'm
We can get on the party plane. I'm getting on the party limo
I
right
mean,
now.
the limo, party limo, right?
Yeah, Kevin. Yes, Kevin.
Okay. I'm going to be a really cool person on the limo. And if you get on the limo, you're going to be the guy that has a friend with no channels. You want to be that guy? You got a guy over there with no channels, and I can't even get on the party limo?
Kevin is just able to regurgitate everything we've done on the show for like the past, I don't know how many months or years, Terry.
I know.
He's a very good retainer of information from this program.
He is.
You know, he doesn't have to go any further now to prove that. We get that. All right, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
And I will make my determination on whether you get on the party limo. Brandy is 45 hours and 47 minutes, and you'll be 45 hours and 48 minutes, all right?
Okay.
Okay. But I look forward to hearing from you many times before that determination comes down so you can get in our good graces that much further there, Kevin, all right? Yeah, wonderful. Thanks for the call. Yeah, not really. Bye. What the hell's going on around here today?
I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those.
I got to start working out weird deals with Brandy now on how to get the money to her and all that because she can't... She doesn't want to spring or she doesn't have the cash to put together for an airline ticket. That's what I got to do. I got to make sure to meet up with Brandy because I don't know if I'm going on the party limo, Terry. I haven't even decided myself yet. I don't know if I want to put myself in that kind of situation.
Right.
Where my clothes come off and I jump in the pool in the back of the limo. I don't know if I want that. So if I decide to let the party limo go without me, and I take another means of transportation, Terry, then I got to make a little arrangement to meet up with Brandy and make sure she gets her cash, and I got to be responsible and on the hook for all that.
I'll meet up with her, dude. Don't you worry. It does seem like a lot of work.
It does.
Man.
I'm not a guy who likes a lot of work,
I
Terry.
know
I don't know if you figured that out over the past couple of years.
I figured that out.
Terry, I have orchestrated my life to a great, to perfection, really.
Yes.
To where I do as little work as possible, and I'm very proud of that. All right?
For some reason, our wives don't seem to dial into that very well. Like they
And yet I work harder than anybody I know.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yes.
So you do the math. I just don't know if I want all this hanging over me about meeting up with Brandy and she telling me, oh, actually, it was this much. And
Right. It's a lot of dialogue between you and Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
Tons.
And then let's say she gets on the party limo and she's a big stiff or some bump on a log, little boring little loser, Terry. Then all the people on Terry Cam or in the party limo that were on there start complaining to me. Do I need that? Do I need to be on the hook for her? Who knows? Do I need this in my life is what I'm asking you.
I said no.
Such burdens in my world. Well, I guess I'll give you the answer to all this in 45 hours and 41 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I know you're dying with suspense.
The T-Man Show.
Terry Free has left the studio, and you want to know why? Because she had a parent-teacher conference to attend.
Really?
Isn't that sweet?
Kids are bad. Time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Headphones suck.
No, her kids are lovely, and I don't even know why she feels the need to conference because I've met her kids. They're good kids.
Yeah, they are.
Unless your kid's bad, you don't have to conference.
You'd be too with Terry beating you with the belt every time you get out of line. You'd be a good kid too.
I mean, we're good because we'd be a lot worse if Terry didn't beat us with the belt when she felt the need. As bad as you may think we are, ladies and gentlemen, Terry keeps us in line. Well, I guess it's important to go regardless of whether your kid's good or bad, and that's why Terry has ducked out of here, and she's on her way to a parent-teacher conference. I'm sure it's more the teacher who's nervous about things. Oh, you know, Terry can get.
I'm here for conference. What's up?
Yeah, she can get loud and all that, but you tell her one negative thing about any of her children, and she will, she may read you the riot act, and, Terry can get all, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be, but...
She'll read you the riot act, but probably, stammer a little bit and not read it very fluently, but you're going to get the riot act at some point.
If you can make heads or tails out of it, you'll know that you've been served. Anyway.
You've been served.
Brandy, why are you still hanging on?
Because I just wanted to let you know, Mr. T-Man, that I will do anything to you or for you to get on that limo.
Oh, jeez. Wow, she's been hanging on all morning. Every time I punch her up, it gets a little more serious. I'm sorry, what was the last statement? I want to make sure I get that for the record, yes? One more time, please.
That I will do anything to you or for you to get on the limo.
She's been mentally divorced for all of about 4.5 minutes now, and she's already making some very big propositions, yes. Brandy, I told you 45 hours and 27 minutes from now, you'll have the answer.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, if you're trying to expedite the process, it just may work. Anyway, all right. Well, the show's over, and we'll continue this call off the air. Okay, yeah, great.
Sounds good.
Did I hear her right? Man, I love my work.
To you or for you or both?
I think it was both. I think if I understood her. Brandy, just for clarification, to me or for me or both?
Both.
Wow.
If I chose both, I can get 2 and 4?
Oh, man.
Wow.
What a deal.
I'm still not clear about this. We may have to talk about it off the air, but I don't. Brandy. When a woman starts sounding this desperate, is she attractive anymore to anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, good answer.
The T-Man Show.
Raise your hand if you don't want to see Lil Wayne in concert this summer. Didn't think so. He's the headliner everyone wants to see, and we have him at the Jams, Terry.
I know, the Jams.
First of the 2 jams in the Bay Area. You know where it's at. You know where I'll be. You know how he does it, Terry.
I do.
Thursday night. There have been some selected tickets still waiting to be, I believe, just newly released and available. So you're not shut out yet. To my knowledge, that could change at any second, and maybe it has already. I don't know. Calling, going to the website and everything you need to do, tmanshow.com. You know how to do it.
I do.
And then in a few weeks in the Northwest, Terry. It's really the only 2 spots of very few that Lil Wayne will be appearing at this summer. Mm-hmm. So feel very fortunate. And, Vinnie, you tell me if I'm correct on this. The highly anticipated Lil Wayne complete album drops. I hate saying that word. It's so comes out today. Is that right? Is that pretty much the official situation or what?
You would be correct, T-Man. Mm-hmm. The Carter 3 is out today.
Wow. Not that everyone hasn't figured out a way to get it already, but it officially comes out today.
Oh, it drops today, T-Man.
Oh, don't say the word. Anyway.
It's a lame word.
That's going to make it official that Lil Wayne will be the #1 recording star as far as album sales this time next week when the numbers come out, Terry.
Sure.
What's that buzz? No. Vinnie the Pooh still has mic on or what? It's a lot of buzz.
He does.
Where do we set the over-under at, Vinnie the Pooh? Get on a normal mic, Vinnie the Pooh. Come on out of your little hole this morning. What do we do as far as the over-under? I said 900,000 or what? 900,000 albums is where everyone's pretty much
a lot.
Themselves.
The record was like 995 forever, or like 950 was the record for a long time. In 93 was Pearl Jam.
Right. Okay.
They had the record forever, but I don't know if anyone's beat that.
I mean, he's gonna do platinum in like a week and a half, I'm thinking. But 900 is not a bad number to set it at.
Well, maybe a little lofty, especially, with downloads and all that stuff. And I know downloads do get factored in to some extent, but no one really knows the mechanics going into figuring out the numbers these days. So it's not an exact science, you know what I'm saying? All I know, what is an exact science is seeing them at the Jams.
Yes.
All right.
Can't wait.
And he puts on, from what everyone is saying as far as reviews are concerned, a very dynamic show. It's not like he's a, one-trick little pony situation out there doing lollipop for 3 hours. You know what I'm talking about, Terry?
I do.
So, from everything from lollipop to having you sing along to Whitney Houston's title song to the movie The Bodyguard.
Oh, I can't wait to do that.
It's
with my
there
lighter.
for you, Terry. Yeah, maybe he'll bring you up on stage for that one.
Maybe he
anyway.
will.
Hey, you want to throw back to 92? Terry's perfect.
I am.
So, you ready for a big day today, Terry? You ready to attack a Tuesday or what?
I am ready to attack.
Oh, jeez.
So is Kevin going to be able to get on the little
oh, jeez.
limo?
Terry, I barely have taken a breath this morning. Going to hit me with Kevin already? Come on,
Yeah.
please. Kevin's not even on the line. Kevin hasn't even woken up. Kevin hasn't even thought about it yet this morning. And you're thinking about it?
I am.
Come on. Well, I'm going to find out from Pasty Dave the exact number of spots. Maybe during this break, if I remember, Terry. You know how my mind goes from 1 second to the next. I don't know if I remember. But at some point this morning, I'll get an exact count of how many spots we have available on the party limo and figure out, because obviously counting down the final 2.5 day situation before the first of the two jams, Terry, we got to get the party limo stacked. We got to get it fully loaded and ready to roll. You know, you know what I'm talking about.
I
okay,
do.
so I got to get a head count. I know there's a maximum amount of people allotted for the party limo, and believe you me, oh yes, believe you me,
I believe in you.
by the end of perhaps today or tomorrow, the party limo will be completely filled out.
Can't wait.
All right?
Yep.
You have no worries there. Whether Kevin's on it or not, whether Brandy, whether some of these fine listeners that have certainly done everything humanly possible to get on, gets on, I probably would have to lean towards no. But you never know, Terry. Stranger things have happened.
I'm just reminding you, that's all. Because you seem to think that I forget about Kevin.
Well, as I often say, Terry, I don't want to get too far behind with so much to do today, so
Right.
let me get a break out of the way. We'll come back. We'll get things started right after these words.
The T-Man Show.
What are you still hanging on for, Brandy?
Huh?
What are you still hanging on for?
Still from yesterday?
Mm-hmm. All day, all night.
Wow, really?
Waiting around.
Not even on Terry Cam yet. Jeez.
I'm driving to work.
She's got her priorities in perspective. She's been hanging on for the past 3 weeks. Who knows how long it's been? It seems like an eternity. Brandy, what can I do for you?
I want to go on the party limo.
I heard something about this. Yeah, you've made that clear.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do last night, being like the first pretty much week of being mentally single? What's...
I just hung out at home.
Hanging on the line here, waiting for us to come in. Is that the deal?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So no other
Brandy, you are-
life but that.
You are dedicated, I will tell you that. She's. Don't you have like floods to worry about? Isn't there like, she's calling from Wisconsin, as you know, Terry?
Yes.
Isn't there like massive kind of natural disasters going on where you're at? Don't you have
Yeah, there's a lot of them
things to
right
take
now.
care of? So what are you calling us for?
Because I want to go on the party limo.
Oh, jeez. Terry, I think the least I can do is, by the end of today, tell her status.
Okay.
All right? So she doesn't have to hold on again after today's show throughout the day and night and wait for us to come in again tomorrow, all right? I'm not prepared to do that right now, but I will tell you this, Brandy. You will know whether your ass will sit in the Jameson Blaine party limo going to Wild Jam by the end of today's show. You'll know whether that's going to happen, as I said, by the end of today's show. All right?
All right.
She sounds like she's defeated already. She sounds like she knows what the outcome is going to be. She might be surprised. Who knows? I doubt it. But anyway, there's no real need for you to hang on any longer is what I'm saying. We'll let you know by the end of the show. There's no need to keep hanging on and calling back, and whoever gave her the hotline is going to be talked about this. But that's all right. Brandy, you clear on this, or is there still some confusion?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to be at work, so I'm not going to be able to answer the phone.
Oh, well, then I guess you're not going to be able to know your status, and if you don't know your status, you can't act upon your status.
Oh,
and,
bummer.
Might as well not even tell you your status then. So maybe I should just say, never mind as far as what I just had informed you of, that we'd tell you by the end of today's show, because you'll be the only one not hearing it.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was more important to sit on hold than to save somebody's life.
You know, I'm not the one saying that. I thought you're the one who's been hanging on all day and night, but that's all right. I don't know why you're snapping at me now. I don't know what I've done to you. All we've done is tell you that we're going to tell you what your status is by the end of today's show. Now she's getting snippy with us, Terry.
Can you just tell me now?
I can't tell you now, Brandy. Because that would end the suspense. And it's so suspenseful, it's ridiculous. Not really. Anyway, so you go to work and save lives. Because apparently that's what's on the agenda for today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And stop sounding so disappointed in me. I've done nothing to you but work on your behalf here. My gosh, she has no idea, Terry.
I know.
And she's already sounding snooty. Maybe she's got lack of sleep going on, fine. But don't take it out on the person who's been trying to get you to the goal that you obviously been striving for way too long now.
I'm not snapping at you. I'm just frustrated. Because I really want to go.
Well, then I guess you're going to have to, let some people die today and hang on or whatever. I don't know.
But, you know, a lot of people feel the same way she does.
Mm-hmm.
They're frustrated. They would like to go.
Yeah.
She's not alone.
She's not alone, Terry. But she has the hotline number, so she's able to get through more than those people.
Well, if you answered any of them.
She's taking full advantage of that. When, as she said, there's disasters going on, and she's got people to save in Wisconsin, and she's got her priorities all kind of disjointed, Terry.
Askew, yes.
Brandy, if you can call us back in the 9 o'clock hour, we can let you know where you're at. If not, then I guess we'll have to move on with all our lives, and it'll be tough, but we'll find a way. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Take care, Brandy.
Bye.
Oh, she's pissed, Terry.
Oh, well.
Oh, well is right. I'm agreeing with you for the first time ever, Terry.
I mean, would you like me to read all the Terry Cam chatters who are pissed off, too?
Mm-hmm. Vinnie the Pooh, don't give them the hotline. But anyway, what's going on this morning? Give me some updates of things that have surfaced as far as interesting news of the morning, Terry.
Well, the defense has arrested in the R. Kelly trial.
Aha. Wow,
yes.
No coverage at all. No coverage at all. You put on any of the news channels, you even put on E, you even put on, TMZ.
Nothing.
And I'm not
know.
seeing anything about the R. Kelly trial. All I get the updates from is you, Terry.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
And what's the word?
Well, like I said, neither R. Kelly or the alleged victim testified. So, and basically all they did is what the prosecution did is just call up, witness after witness saying, yes, it's him, her, no, it's not her, blah,
so
blah.
all they had was the video.
Yeah.
All they had was the video, which we've had for the past 8 years.
Uh-huh.
And all they did was parade people up saying, yes, it's him on the video, no, it's not him. Yes, it's her on the video, no, it's not her. And we pretty much didn't need a trial and a wasting of taxpayer dollars after all, it seems like, huh?
Yep.
And now the jury has to figure out whether to send him away for 10 years, 15 years, I think he's looking at. Which he'll never get, by the way.
Yep. Well, we'll see.
It seems like it was a big waste of time to me.
I know.
Nothing of any kind of monumental proportion happened at this trial. I mean, did anything really happen? Nothing. You just
Not
said
really.
Nothing really happened.
Well, like I said, and they showed the tape at the very beginning, so that was their biggest.
That was the big moment.
That was a big moment, and then other than
Seeing
that,
a tape that everyone in America has seen at least half a dozen times already, if not 1,600.
I never have, but
yes.
Altogether, the prosecution called 22 witnesses, and the defense called 12 witnesses, and that's about it. There you go. Woo!
And now a little closing argument action, and then the jury decides, or what?
Yeah,
so we're
pretty much.
looking at like a day or two, maybe by the end of the week, we'll have a verdict, and R. Kelly will either be a free man or led away in cuffs to do his time, or what?
Well, I guess we'll see. I mean,
wow. Al State.
Wow.
Your thoughts on this and more?
What is going on? Good morning, everybody.
How are you, sir?
Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, can always
My thoughts on R. Kelly? I really have no thoughts on R. Kelly. I've seen the video.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the video. I like one move he did in that video.
You liked one move. And
one move.
I think only one move kind of stands out in that video.
Chair.
It's that one move that's been the talk of many a lawyer and just a fan, and that one move has gotten a lot of talk over the past number of years, Al State.
I'm talking about the move where he had old girl up on a chair and he had to move on.
Okay, that's fine.
Awesome.
She's 13.
That move kind of takes a back seat to the move that seems to have stood out in everyone's mind since the tape surfaced, that being the golden shower move. I don't know if we could draw it up on the telestrator right now on your split screen on your morning radio, but
if you don't know what that means, then you should be
I don't know anything about no golden showers. I just know that he had a move on that swivel chair that was just off the...
Al State has no memory of the golden shower that everyone seems to be focused on.
Well, I had to fast forward past that part, man. I really did. I'm really not into looking at nothing like that.
That does nothing for you.
No, it really doesn't.
You have to be kind of, I guess, a creepy guy to be watching another guy give a woman and allegedly an underage girl a golden shower and be even remotely titillated, or turned on. So Al State fast, because he's an upstanding person, Terry.
Right.
He went right to the classic statutory sex, Terry. He went right to the...
that anyway.
I mean, Al State has a daughter the same age, by the way. So think about that, Al.
Wow, Terry wants you to feel a little bit more horrified.
You should.
I like grown women, Terry. I like grown women.
Yeah, but again, you like the one move with R. Kelly, mind you, on what was she, 13?
If you're not picking up on this, Al State, Terry's disgusted with you.
Underage one, he had like of age women on there too.
Oh, so that's okay. But if your daughter was on there, you'd be a little ticked off.
Just a tad.
So can't you get in that mindset regardless
if it was his daughter? It would just be a tad, Terry.
Yeah, just a tad. Oh, okay.
I'd be a tad upset.
All right, what's on your mind? Why'd you call this morning, Al State, if it's not to talk about R. Kelly?
Come on, T-Man. Let me know what's going on with the party limo.
The party limo?
Yeah.
Al State finally is...
sitting back waiting in the wings, listening to you turn everybody down.
Yes.
Are you going to turn down the State, Albert J. State?
Wow, I forgot his full name. Al State has not made any reference to wanting to be on this party limo until this moment. Al State, as he said, waiting in the wings, hiding in the shadows, creeping, leering in the bushes. Al State, probably not the first time, is now all of a sudden letting us know that he wants to be fully implanted on the party limo headed to the jam situation coming up in a matter of days.
Well, I won't lose no sleep if you say no.
I'm not saying you'll lose any sleep, Al. No. I mean, talk about defense mechanisms. He wants to make sure he's already braced for denial. Al State, I'm just wondering why it took you so long to let me know that you wanted to be on the party limo. Why now? Why not 2 weeks ago? Why not when I first announced it? Why all of a sudden now?
Well, I had to see the caliber of people you were letting on there first.
Right, he only runs with a very high society crowd, Terry. He only runs with a certain type, and he wants to make sure there was no riffraff on there, so that what kind of people would have turned you off, Al State? What kind of people could you have heard me putting on the party limo? You had to sit back and listen to who I was putting on. What kind of people would have made you say, "Oh, that's not for me"?
The people who beg too much.
Well, that's all we've had. So why all of a sudden now do you decide you want to be on? All we have is beggars that want to be on the party limo, it seems.
Well, T-Man, I figure I'd be the life of the party if I was on there. I'd be...
All right, fine, but then don't tell me that you wanted to make sure there weren't any beggars on the party limo, because unfortunately that's what it's turned into.
Well, I'll just make sure I won't sit next to those begging people.
Al State.
Won't be able to help but sit next to somebody who's begged.
Al State.
I'll make sure I sit next to Terry.
Al State.
He's begging, by the way, right?
No, I'm not begging.
Yes, he is.
Al State.
Yeah.
I want you to say no more. Okay. Because I want to make sure that you don't quickly morph into any kind of a beggar in your own right.
I'm not going to lose no sleep over, and I'm not going to bed.
Oh, James, you said that now 2 times. Well, if you're so clearly not going to be bothered by a denial, I was just about to tell him, Terry, that say no more, you're on the party limo. But now that he's making it so clear to me that he's not going to be moved at all, he's not going to be upset at all, he's not going to be disappointed at all if I don't put him on the party limo, maybe I shouldn't put him on.
Maybe not. I guess, it was a worthless comment.
If he didn't interrupt me there, I was just about to tell him. It's amazing how people have to step in it when it's not even in their path, Terry. I was just about to tell him, say no more. I don't want you to morph into a beggar. I want to tell you right now as a friend, from one friend to another, that you're on the party limo. But he has to go out of his way to say not once but twice, oh, gee, man, I won't lose any sleep over it. So now, you know what? Because he's so prepared to just move on with his life so scot-free and no worries at all, maybe I should give it to someone who'd be more upset if they found out they weren't on the party limo. Maybe that's what I should do. Since this is not a big deal to you, Al State, maybe I won't put you on.
T-Man, it's on you. But you realize that my birthday is coming up next month, so...
Yeah, but this isn't a big deal to you, Al State. This isn't something that's going to affect you in any way. I want it to affect people to be in such the greatest mode of transportation humanly possible to the gym. This is not a small thing, Al State. If it's not going to affect you either way, then why should I care? Why should you care to be on the party limo? Save it for someone who cares, right?
You can do that. You can do that, but you know what you get when Al State's in the house, though. You know what you get.
Al State, I don't think people really care about that at this point. I think they just all want to be on, and if you take a spot, it's not like, oh, that's a great get by the T-Man. They're not going to be saying that. They're going to be saying, that's one less seat for me and a guest to be on the party limo. So you could talk about what a great party guy you are till you're blue in the face, Al State. Unless you want to change your statement, that's not going to affect you one way or the other. If that's truly the case, if you really could care less either way, then I will give it to someone else. But if you're saying, T-Man, it would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to me as a friend of yours, Mr. T-Man, sir, to be on that party limo. I may have a spot for you.
Well, I'm not going to lose any sleep, T-Man.
All right, then. Why'd you call, then?
I just
to make sure he tells us he's not going to lose any sleep.
Okay, all right.
I was wondering about his sleep, actually.
Yeah, so was I.
We're all worried about your sleep, Al State.
I woke up
since
this morning
you promised us... Well, I was going to put you on the party limo if you were going to lose a minute's sleep. But since you said you won't lose 1 minute, unless you want to let me be aware that you may lose a little sleep if you don't get put on the party limo, I may have to give it to somebody else, Al State. But I swear, I was so just in the mode of making the announcement, no fuss, no muss, Terry, and now look where we're at.
Yep.
Al State.
You know what, T-Man? I think I will lose some sleep. I'll like a half a night sleepover. Just knowing that, oh my God, T-Man turned me down, not the state. He turned the state down.
Al State, listen to me. I want you to be a little bit more forthcoming. I want you to be a little bit more honest. I want you to admit that this means a lot to you. I want you to be very clear with me that you will be disappointed. You'll be sad. To put it as clear as possible. To put it. You will be sad if you're not on the party limo, right or wrong?
Wrong.
He can't let his guard down there. Here I am, ready to put him on if he just gives me a little bit. I'm just asking him to be honest with me. I'm asking him to just work with me here.
Right.
And he's on the party limo. But he's so not willing to work with me here, Terry, that he's giving me no choice but to deny him.
Well, life goes on, T-Man.
Okay, well then your life will have to go on, Al State. Thanks a lot for the call.
Have a good day.
He's so with an agenda this morning to make sure he's so just carefree about the situation, Terry. Then why should I put him on?
Right, but
I was making the announcement when he interrupted me that I was going to put him on. But he was so, in the ultra cool mode of, just mad at me one way or the other.
Right, he's Al State and he is smooth.
And you know what he said? That one thing that I have to agree with him on? What? I'm tired of the begging.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to start taking random callers and putting them on, Terry. Because I can't take it anymore. And I was going to make it so easy on Al State. He kicked himself off the party limo, Terry.
Yes, he did.
I was in the middle, I can't say it enough times, of making the announcement to tell him he was going to be on. But he's like, I won't lose any sleep over it, T-Man, if you don't put me on. So that's that.
Yep.
Terry, I'm not taking any more calls on this morning.
Oh.
I want to hear. I want to take calls on people's relationship problems, anything but this. All right?
All right.
And then, towards the end of today's show and the end of tomorrow's show, I'll just take some people that maybe either through your Terry Cam, Terry, or through email, or through, I don't know how.
Right.
But I'm not taking any more calls. It's gotten to the proportions that people are going crazy now. Al State's going delirious, making sure it's clear that he could care less one way or the other when we all know that that's not the case. That would have meant a ton to him on his birthday, and I was ready to hand it to him, but he effed himself.
Sounds like it, yep. Dummy.
I'll give you one more chance, Al State.
Oh, jeez, really?
Jeez, Al, why are you giving him one more chance?
Now, do you want to play the tough guy here who's so just unable to be wounded? Is that the guy you want to be? Mr. Invulnerable? Or do you want to be honest and say that you really would like to be on the party limo? And you would be very happy, and even though you won't dance around because you don't want to lose whatever kind of thing you got going on with this morning's coolness factor happening.
Yeah, he does have that coolness factor.
Oh, it is cool.
So cool.
Yeah. You know, the T-Man, I'd rather be in Seattle with you guys hanging out on my birthday than on a limo.
Al State, I'm not in Seattle.
Yeah, how did that just flip? I don't get that.
I don't even, I don't know where he's at right now.
I don't either.
He's moving further away from. He's in the shower now.
Again, the cool factor. He's so cool he can take a shower and it's not going to faze him, T.
Make sure you wash your undercarriage there, Al, okay?
Well, Terry, I'm thinking about you as I take a shower.
Oh, that's nice. Yes, who doesn't? Wow. Anyway. All right, Al State, we'll give you your privacy when you take your shower, okay?
Sorry to bug you.
But T-Man.
Yes, Al State.
How about you guys fly me out to Seattle for my birthday, come and hang out with you guys as opposed to going on
He doesn't even get it.
No.
Anyway, that's fine.
He doesn't get
He's in the shower. I'm not in Seattle. And he's in his own world, but that's fine.
Definitely.
I as much as I try to put him on the party limo, I can't find a way.
I know.
All right.
What the hell?
What else is going on this morning, please?
Well, we finally know the name of Jessica and Cash Warren's baby. Her name is Honor Marie Warren.
Honor?
Honor. Honor.
Honor, yes.
Honor Marie.
Jessica Alba is the mother to a daughter named Honor.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Just when you thought you heard all the names of babies that just kind of caught you off guard, from, I don't know, Pride to Apple to Macintosh to everything. Now you got Honor Alba.
Yep. No.
Mm-hmm.
Honor Warren. Remember, she is married.
I'm sorry. I'm calling her Honor Alba, Terry.
Okay.
Honor Alba.
Honor Alba
is a newly born bouncing baby girl in the world that Jessica Alba has now mothered, and she is, I'm sure, nestling her on her breast right now, and it should have been Pasty Dave. But anyway.
I know.
Yep,
Pasty's probably going, can I be Honor for a minute?
And to make Honor completely an honorable type child, she got married a couple of weeks ago to make the situation completely honorable, Terry.
Right.
Because that's what you got to do when you name your daughter Honor. You got to make the situation overall an honorable one, right? You can't name your daughter Honor and be a woman who isn't, by classic terms, having a baby in an honorable state, right?
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Yeah.
A big load of hooey, if you ask me.
Hooey, load of hooey.
You believe it's a big load of hooey?
I do. No, I don't. I actually like the name, believe it or not. I think it's kind of...
Spew all over.
Yeah.
What's that now, Terry? You think you like the name?
Pretty. All
really?
together.
You think how is that a pretty name?
Honor Marie. I just think that's kind of a pretty name. The way it flows, I guess.
I think because it reminds you of Donnie and Marie, Terry, but that's all right. Anyway, Honor Marie is...
Yeah.
All right. right. I don't know how the name Honor can be, like, classified as pretty, but all right.
I just like the
Each
two
his
names
own.
together, maybe that's it. I don't know.
You like the ring to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than Apple.
If you want to break it down like that, between Honor and Apple, if life is on the line and you have to pick one for your child, I go with Honor over Apple. I will give you that one.
Okay.
But that's probably the last of the two names out there that I've ever heard of that I would pick for a child. But that's all right.
Right.
Apple being last, Honor being second to last.
Oh, don't forget about Michael Jackson's kid Blanket.
Is that really his kid's name?
Yeah, I think it's actually his real name. I thought it was a nickname, but I think it's his real name. I'll look it up for sure.
Blanket?
But Blanket, yeah.
I thought one was like, they were all like named Prince.
Yeah, nobody calls him Blanket.
Because he's always got a
All right,
blanket.
so if you have the choice, again, life on the line, you have to name your child either Blanket. There's only 3 names you're entitled to. Blanket,
name my kid
Honor, or
Goose Down
Apple.
Comforter.
Duvet. Duvet is definitely the nicest of those
yeah.
names. But anyway, Honor, Apple, or Blanket? Which do you choose?
Honor.
No, we know you like Honor, Terry, yes. So pretty. A pretty name you got there.
Pretty lame. Just when I thought
Pretty stupid.
Cash had the bad name in the family.
Right,
But Cash
right.
was the dumb name. Nope.
Yeah, Cash wanted to make sure now he was the second to last most ridiculous sounding name in the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just looked up Michael Jackson with kids, but yeah, that's going to take me a long time, so never mind. I'm never going to find it.
Yes, there may be a couple of stories on Michael Jackson and kids when you Google it. If you Google the words Michael Jackson and kids, you may get a couple of stories. But
Right.
anyway.
I'll be here for a while.
What else? All right, so congratulations to Jessica Alba on the birthing of her daughter that is now, it's known to the world, is named Honor.
Honor, yes. Also, too, looks like Lindsay Lohan and her little lesbian affair with Samantha Ronson is over. Apparently,
Why do you call it a lesbian affair? They were girlfriends. They were
Well, it was
boyfriend and
never
girlfriend. They were a couple, Terry.
confirmed.
They weren't having an affair. I mean, you have an affair when you're
tryst.
when you're with someone else. It wasn't a tryst. They were a couple.
It was never confirmed.
Of course it was confirmed.
No,
What do you
no,
need
no.
for it to be
It was
confirmed?
never a confirmed.
You have to hold a press conference? What do they have to do
They
to
were
confirm
always
it?
asked about it. Yes, they were seen together, but they always claimed, no, we're just good friends.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
They never...
It was just a little tryst for them.
They never acknowledged that they were a couple?
Right.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
All right. They always claimed they were friends.
Yes.
Well, aren't
They were
couples
BFFs.
friends? They were best friends.
Yes.
All right. So what's the latest on them?
They broke up, got in a huge fight outside.
How do you break up if you're not a couple?
Well,
They were just having a tryst.
Well, whatever.
They were just having an affair.
They're no
How
longer
do you break-
trysting.
They're no longer trysting or having an affair or doing
trystless.
any of that kind. Nothing. They're no
Okay.
longer BFFs, okay?
Uh-huh.
Apparently,
What
they got
happened
in a
there?
huge fight outside of a restaurant in Glendale, California over the weekend, and Lindsay was seen moving her stuff out of Samantha's house. No longer even roommates.
Lilo's girlfriend get upset initially because it was a restaurant with no flannels allowed. What was the problem? What set her off?
I
Terry?
don't
What?
know. I don't know what the fight was
What were they
about.
fighting
Witnesses
about?
just say that they got into a huge fight outside.
The valet
of a
wouldn't
restaurant.
park Harleys? What was the problem? What was the initial kind of moment where Lindsay Lohan's girlfriend got a little bit annoyed, Terry? It doesn't say what they were...
No,
what
just
set
says
them
that they
off.
were seen arguing, and then Lindsay was seen on Sunday moving her stuff.
All right. Well, I mean, that just sounds like in a typical couple's life, a situation where they're going to spend a couple of days apart, and then they'll realize how much they miss each other. And, the first breakup never takes, Terry, so they'll be getting back together. Lindsay moved her stuff out, probably in a hasty moment because of the fight, and it's right around today or tomorrow where someone will text the other or make a phone call, and they'll be hanging out again this weekend, right or wrong?
I don't know.
I mean, doesn't it work the same way for lesbian couples as it does for heterosexual couples?
Sure.
If you're as in love as it seemed they were, typical couples that get into that kind of volatile, high-intensified fight, I mean, that's just a normal type situation where, one gets angry and says, well, I'm packing up my things. And then, you know how many times that happened with ex-girlfriends of mine?
I know.
I'd look at the closet, all their stuff would be gone, and 3 days later it'd all be back. Doesn't sound out of the ordinary, right?
All right, well, I'm just again relaying the news of the morning for you.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to take it, sure. The next thing you know, we're going to hear a report that says that Lindsay was moving her stuff back in. Sure. It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, that's upsetting. I hope they patch things up.
I
Terry.
do
And
too.
there's no even speculation on what they could have been fighting over.
No. Maybe Lindsay said she wanted to bring a guy into the relationship for some spice. Who knows?
Man, of all the speculation that could be thought up, Terry, that's an interesting one for you to come to the table with.
Why is it so interesting? Wasn't she in rehab, and didn't she do a dude in the rehab in the bathroom, right?
Yeah, but why that? Why, of all fights that couples have, why do you pick that one for those two?
Because I think for Samantha Ronson, if Lindsay's going to go full board lesbian, she needs to go full board lesbian and not go in between. I think that's Samantha Ronson's thinking.
Yeah, go in between.
She doesn't want to actually think that she could be bi.
I think she'd give her a little leeway, knowing that Lindsay's foundation was one where initially she was into guys, and now she's slowly but surely finding herself falling in love with Samantha Ronson. I think she would cut her some slack, Samantha would, Terry, and allow her to have her moments where she might be attracted to other guys and not expect her to jump or move over cold turkey to the lesbonic world. I mean, that'd be a little unrealistic, don't you think?
Well, I mean, it sounds all well and good that you would think she'd give her a little bit of slack, but
when you're Samantha Ronson, Terry, if you're recruiting, like it sounds like she is, you got to be a little bit more understanding and open to the fact that you just can't have her jump sides that clear cut,
well, but then again, they've been, BFFs or whatever they're masking it as.
They've been scissoring. Come on, BFFs.
Whoa. Okay.
Everyone knows they're doing more than.
But I'm just saying that they've been, been with each other stuck like glue for quite some time, and so I think that after a while, you think, as far as Samantha is concerned, that she's not going back to that side.
Terry does speak for all lesbians. Maybe we should know something we don't. Anyway,
I don't know.
All right. 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Apparently, whatever the reason was, Samantha Ronson and Lindsay Lohan are a broken-up couple.
All right.
That never officially held the press conference and announced they were a couple. So, the number is toll-free. I want to take a lot of calls this morning, and not just for people that want tickets or want to be. I want to hear from people who want to just speak about certain topics, like maybe you have a thought on Lindsay Lohan, or maybe you're having a relationship problem of your own. Maybe you got in a fight outside a restaurant like Lindsay did. 1-866-663-T-Man. We will take care of your problems. We will discuss your issues. And we will start taking calls right after these words.
The T-Man Show.
Ashley Tisdale cannot escape the nasty rumor mill. According to bogus reports that popped up all over the web, the High School Musical star had been diagnosed with HIV, which she supposedly had contracted from her rhinoplasty procedure last year.
She got AIDS from a nose job, Terry. That was the rumor that was circulating across the internet like wildfire.
Yep, told you that yesterday, yeah?
Mm-hmm. We did talk about that yesterday, yeah. Now we're getting the official E-News
Ashley
report.
Tisdale cannot escape the nasty rumor mill. According to bogus reports that popped up all over the web, the High School Musical star had been diagnosed with HIV, which she supposedly had contracted from her rhinoplasty procedure last year. Let's clear the air on this one right away. Her rep tells E! News these rumblings are completely untrue.
Wow. They actually had to come out and make a statement that she didn't get AIDS from a nose job.
The air is clear now.
Because that's how quickly a rumor could spread. One person just types it up on their blog, and before you know it, you got to hold a press conference and tell the world that you don't have AIDS from a nose job. And it not just affected her, but 1,000 17-year-old girls that got huge honkers decided to cancel their nose job appointments last week. Terry, it's just not a good thing. And it's out of control as far as the rumors that just get some momentum going. And Ashley Tisdale was wondering why a boy wouldn't even come near her. And I guess now they're back in business. But That's, of course, if you believe the statement. I don't see why you wouldn't believe the statement. It's almost like ridiculous to think that you'd get AIDS from a nose job, right? That would mean what? That the doctor that performed the nose job gave her AIDS because he didn't wear latex gloves, or
maybe
she got
something
a blood
with the
transfusion,
IV, yeah,
or
something
the
with the
IV was
needle
dirty,
or something like that. Yeah,
all of those scenarios are just like virtually impossible, considering all the efforts they make to make sure that those things could never happen these days, right? I mean, you can't get AIDS from a blood transfusion. You can't use a dirty needle in any kind of reputable medical establishment, right?
It's possible, but it's pretty unlikely to get HIV that way.
It's like the same kind of unrealistic chance of getting it from a toilet seat. And yet the rumor was so strong that Ashley Tisdale and her people had to come out and say, I don't have AIDS and I didn't get it from the nose job.
Well, there's a 10-year incubation period. Maybe she does. She doesn't know yet.
Ooh.
How about that?
Wow. Let the rumors start up again.
That's right. We can all rest easy.
I don't know. It just seems like...
It is bizarre, right?
In 2008, for that rumor to be making such inroads to people believing it to such an extent that she actually had to come out and deny it, that's pretty interesting, but...
it's like some weird 90s paranoia crap,
Yeah,
not even 90s,
bizarre.
maybe like late 80s or early 90s at the latest, but in 2008, to have to deny you got AIDS from a nose job, I don't know.
Weird.
You feel bad for her that she had to deal with that over the...
Absolutely. I mean, it's just...
Normally, you just want to hide your nose job. Now she's like coming out and admitting, I got the nose job, but I didn't get AIDS. All right, everyone?
The nose, that's all it was the nose.
Mm-hmm. All right. 1-866-663-T-MAN is the number to call, and James is on the line. Good morning to you, James.
Hello.
Hello, James. What's going on, bud?
Just got into work and just listening to your show there, and in fact, I do have a girlfriend issue. She's actually my fiance at home, sound asleep in my bed, and I want her to get up and go back home.
Mm-hmm. So when you say go back home, does that mean let her have it be known that you're done with her, and you just want her to go home temporarily for the day, or what do you mean when you say I want her to go back home?
Well, she's from France. She lives in Paris, France. She's been visiting. She's been here for about 3 months now. We've been dating online for like a year. We met on MySpace, and when she was at home, everything was perfect, and now I realized
so far away.
Normally, when you search for girls on MySpace, you put in that like 20-mile radius, or at most 25 miles. You put in what, about 8,000, 15,000 miles, and you wound up with a girl in France? I mean, how did you wind up meeting and really getting serious with a girl in France from MySpace?
Well, she had some weird stuff on her page, and I saw it, and just kind of, we got into an argument, and that's how it started. And
isn't that a key way to get a relationship started? You'd think they would have that story to tell their grandchildren, but no. James has now had her be over in the United States, Terry, for the past 3 months, and he can't send her back COD quick enough.
Not at all. I mean, it started off weird, but I mean, I've been to France. I've met her parents, actually proposed to her in her house in front of everybody, but that's before I knew that she just wants to sleep and shop on eBay.
Welcome to marriage.
Okay.
She figures that's the American way. She came over to the States thinking it was a dream come true, and that's what American women do, and she's pretty much right. But, maybe not. She now is finding out that she's got to do more than that, and that let's say she says to you, well, I didn't know that this is how you felt. Yeah, I could stop shopping on eBay, and I don't have to sleep as late every day. I can work and do all that stuff that American women do these days. Is that something that will change your feeling on her, or it's really not that when it comes down to it? You're just not as into her anymore as when she was in France, and
that would definitely. That would make an impact.
That would change everything, and then you would like marry her again. You would like consider the prospect of going through with the marriage again if she would just stop shopping on eBay and sleeping so much. I think it's more than that, James. I think you're just saying that.
For the most part, I come home after work, every day, and I'm stressed out. I have a very stressful job, and when I wake up at 6 o'clock and I see her sleeping there, when I come home for lunch and I see her doing nothing, when I come home from work and she's in the same exact position she was in when I was there for lunch.
Isn't that the way you like it? Now, wait a minute, James. What do you do?
I'm in IT. I do computer technology work.
Mm-hmm. And where are you calling from?
I'm in Sunnyvale now. I live in Santa Clara, but I'm in the office right now.
Does she speak? I'm assuming she speaks English. Is that right?
Yeah, she speaks Fringlish, is what I call it.
Speaks Fringlish, yes. All right. And Fringlish. And you and her have had a pretty solid to really explosively good sex life in the 3 months she's been over here, or is it kind of getting stalled out and stale?
That's the thing. If it wasn't as good as it was, I think I would have asked her to pack up a little while ago. But I mean, she entertains me, and the sex is insanely
entertains
good.
you.
And again, you're making it clear that it's strictly the eBay and the sleeping thing, and I'm saying that that's you not being honest with yourself. You're saying if she would stop shopping on eBay and stop being so lazy, that you would go through with the marriage and you'd be as happy as any boyfriend / fiance / future husband could ever be. And I'm telling you that even if she stopped sleeping so much and got a little bit more energized and stopped shopping, that you would still find a reason to call off this relationship. Are you telling me that I'm wrong?
I'd like to think so. I mean, I don't think I...
Well, maybe you would like to think so, but I'm telling you that you've just lost kind of interest in her, because the whole idea of the unobtainable French girl is now, it's the opposite of that. She's making it so damn easy for you to realize how obtainable she really was, and you're not even interested anymore.
Yeah. And she is definitely here to stay.
The fact that she's just, posted up and not going anywhere and here to stay now is just starting to really hit home in your mind, and you've lost the excitement of the relationship overall, and it's not an eBay or a sleeping thing necessarily, even though those things stand out the most right now.
Right.
That's brutal.
It's brutal, but that's what you call for. Brutal honesty.
I've never had that inclination. Subconsciously, that's never even entered my mind. The fact of the matter is
well, that's exactly what Tari just said. That's why you call for brutal honesty. Yep. I'm telling you what you should already know about yourself, but maybe you didn't, James.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Again, like you pointed out, T-Man, he met her on MySpace, and she's all the way in France. He's thinking, oh yeah, this is a nice little catch, cute little fantasy. It'll never really come to be what I want it to be, and it's all fun and good.
The ultimate chase. Get the French girl to succumb to the American man.
You guys aren't taking into consideration the fact that I've flown there. I've spent time with her there.
Yeah, but you didn't
part of the chase. All part of the chase.
Right. Yeah, it's a vacation for you.
Vacation time. Everyone's happy on vacation.
For a short period of time, because you know you're going to come home, and it was a nice little refreshing moment.
How much of this is this French girl aware of, as far as you in your mind and mentally completely moving on little by little, if not in big strides here, James? How much is she aware that she's not going to be marrying you after you made a big spectacle of yourself in front of her French family with the French bread and the French fries and all the big to-do they probably had over there in France when you proposed to her in a very traditional way? How much is she aware of the fact that you're moving on and ain't going to marry her, James? Does she know anything about this yet?
She's pretty much tuned in with how I feel about it. I never told her I wasn't gonna marry her, but I did tell her what I told you guys, and there ain't much going on. I can't marry her so she can start working if I don't want to marry her, because
you gave her the eBay and the sleep ultimatum. You told her if you don't change up your shopping habits and start sleeping less, then we're not going to get married. You told her that, and she still hasn't really changed her habits?
No ultimatums. I didn't give her an ultimatum.
Well, maybe
what did you say? What words have you said to her? Let me hear about some of the recent conversations between you and the French girl.
Well, I'd for instance, yesterday I'd come home, I'd begin my relaxation methods, and Well, I just kind of
from Germany on MySpace. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Did you ever stop?
What did you do today? Oh, I did nothing. Oh,
why does she have
s'il vous plaît, I slept. Oui.
Right.
Yes, and you told her, oh, you mean like again? You slept the whole day away, and when you weren't sleeping, you were using my American credit card on charging up eBay items and PayPal and.
Well, T, I mean, he kind of deserves what he got, right? I mean,
wow. Terry said you got exactly what you bargained for.
Why would you, A, bring her over here without, having some kind of parameters set?
Oh,
some kind of, okay, when you get over here, you'll get a job, we'll do this, that, and the other thing. But no, you bring her on over, we.
I don't know if I'm reading between the lines correctly, but Terry's saying if you wanted a pet, you got a pet.
Right. You got the kitty cat in the bed, and that's all you need. She's purring nicely, and she's just laying around waiting for Daddy to get home.
If I may paraphrase, you wanted a pussy for your bed, and you got one.
So now you're complaining because that's all the cat does.
Guys have to go 6,000 miles to get girls these days.
Sounds like it.
Is that really where we're at?
But now, now he's complaining. But the thing is that you're the dummy who gave her the ability to go spend your money.
Terry, you're out of line by calling the man a dummy. The man has made a mild error in judgment on what he really wanted.
Here's my credit card, honey. Go for it.
I don't think it's necessary for you to call him a dummy. And yeah, he's giving her a credit card. That's a nice gesture, and I'm sure she hasn't like run the man into severe debt, but she has probably purchased too many things. Yeah. What are some of the things?
But who's the dummy who does that?
Oh, geez. What were some of the things she bought on eBay that arrived at the house or the apartment where you guys are living that just kind of disgusted you, James? What has she bought recently? Like a ceramic Dalmatian or anything that really has bugged you or anything?
Purses, high heels, things to make her look good. And when I come home,
she's got an image in America to uphold now.
For the next American man that she meets on the street while he's at work.
Well, she's too busy sleeping, Terry.
Well, so he thinks. I mean, does he really know that that's all she's doing?
Well, now Terry's got her cheating on you with another American man or two, James.
Wow.
Are you thinking that could be a possibility? I don't know why Terry's...
Not even close. Not even close.
Oh, but are you sure about that? You weren't... I mean, really?
Well, I mean, I'm not 100% sure if I'm at work and she's at home, but... I don't imagine that to be the case. I mean,
why did you turn to a girl in France? Not that there isn't a lot to be had all over the world, but why not? Why were you having difficulty finding a girl in your area that did it for you? Why did you get all inspired to go over to France and bring this girl back to the country here? What was thinking?
I was in a relationship when I met this one, but it was fledgling. And when I met her on MySpace, we just hit it off, and she's very bright. She's very bright, very articulate. She's got a great family. She's been to college, but the fact of the matter is it's like when she comes here, it's like a permanent vacation. And I'm not 23 years old like she is. I'm 30. I work. I have a career.
So you're 30, she's 23.
I'm trying to get her motivated to do the same types of things, and it's just not working out. So,
and she thinks she won the lottery by getting an American man to bring her over to Northern California to lounge around and be taken care of, and that's what she thought she was getting herself into, and now she's finding out from you when you come home from work all disgusted that that's not how you see it. But that's how she saw it, James, when she was picked up and swept off her feet from the playgrounds of France. She thought she was getting some dream come true situation, and now maybe she's kind of taken aback by the fact that you're probably not just annoyed with her, but maybe yelling at her at times in your American little fashion there. Are you raising your voice to her? Are you smacking her around? What are you doing, James?
Not at all. In fact, it's the exact opposite of that. I mean, I come home and I
yells at you? She smacks you around?
No, I just don't. I don't want to interact with her because I don't want to. I don't even want to deal with her when...
He doesn't want to get angry and start an argument.
Going on MySpace and finding the next one.
Right. Well, but again, you kind of, asked for this.
So what's the problem? Can you not send her back without feeling guilty? What's stopping you from moving on, James?
Well, I'm thinking, should I just wait until she grows up and gets to the point in her life where she actually wants to be a part of the financial struggles that are here in the Bay Area? I mean, do I wait for that or?
James,
or
she is who she is. Oh my God. She's in America, and she's showing you her true French colors right now. She is who she is, and if you think all of a sudden one day she's going to wake up and be a different, more motivated person, you can forget it. You got what you got, and if you're not happy with it, don't expect to be able to inspire changes. Either you got to decide you can live with it, or you have to decide you made a ridiculous mistake, and even though you're going to feel guilty after the whole display you put on in front of her family, you got to tell her the way it is and move on. And maybe if you tell her the way it is, maybe that will motivate her, but not for any long period of time. It'll just be temporary. But anyway.
Understood.
Now, you're too old to be waiting around for girls, by the way.
No kidding.
I'm sorry, what did he say? He wouldn't what?
I think you're too old to be waiting around for a girl to grow up.
Yeah.
You're 30. You know,
and by the way,
are you going to wait?
She's having a good time doing whatever she's doing, and so she's got another, 7 or 8 years until she feels the need to grow up.
Now, James, I got some guys calling in saying that if you want to turn her in, they'll take her. Are you ready to hand them over to some of your neighbors in the Bay, or are you thinking you'd like to, now that you hear other guys are into your little mail order bride, because in some sense that's kind of what she is, are you now more attracted to her again because other American men are kind of liking the idea of having a French girl hanging around their house or apartment, just lounging around, wearing next to nothing and shopping on eBay?
No, I'm not worried about that. That's not a factor. I take her out places right now, and people are actually trying to give me dap and trying to find out who she is, like she's some strange entity because of the way she dresses and such. But
she dresses hot or what? She dresses pretty hot, or?
She's very, very, very gorgeous. I mean,
well, that's good because you paid for it.
So why are you running around of town? What's the problem here? You just don't like the fact that she doesn't pull her load.
Gorgeous doesn't pay the bills. Gorgeous does not.
What did you want, though? Did you say, when she was coming here, did you say, hey, when you get here, you need to get a job, we're going to do this together, blah, 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 blah?
No, I didn't.
No, well then, what did you expect?
All right. Okay, now I hear you.
Well, Terry, he said that he saw her as a very bright, motivated, intellectual woman that he thought would want to take on the American lifestyle as far as the way women are going about the...
Right. Would you like me to make MySpace and tell you that I'm from France and put a nice intellectual type conversation out there for you?
What on her MySpace caught your eye? You said something in specific or something about her MySpace profile really caught your eye. What was it? Some of the things she was writing on her blog about how sexual she was there?
No, just the fact that she was as beautiful as she is, and then once
you wanted to have sex with her, and you've had sex with her now for 3 months here in the States, and now you've used her up, and you want to spit her out.
No,
let's call it how it is.
That's initially how it started, but like I said, I stopped talking to women and stopped having sex with women while she was still in Europe because of the fact I was so.
All right.
To her.
So very respectful.
Wait, you had sex with women as an IT guy? Is that right?
Steve has a question for James about his French girl. A lot of guys are intrigued by this French girl that may be becoming newly single and out from under the thumb of one James. Steve, what's your question for James?
Hey, I'm just curious. Hey, does she shave underneath her arms?
Yeah. She's smooth as a whistle.
Wow. Whistles are smooth.
Wow, it almost sounds like James is now advertising her to get her out.
Here's the thing.
If you want, money back guarantee, and
you will love her.
But here's the thing:
low mileage.
She's nice to look at. Yeah, the sex may be good, and
he just wants to get rid of her.
He just pointed out, but that only carries you so far. There are plenty of young intellectual girls who still have the mindset of, if I can, find me a sugar daddy over there in the U.S. of A., then let's go for it. And she did.
And maybe James is finding that out now, and maybe that's hitting close to home, no pun intended, more than he anticipated. And that's why he's kind of lost his luster for the relationship that... The relationship has lost its luster in James's mind, and he wants to move on. He thought it would be one way. It's turned out that, the sex has been great, and she's as hot as he thought she would be, but it's now been 3 months of the same old thing, and he's ready to move her out. But I think there's a guilt factor, especially because of that whole display that he put on with her family, saying what an honest guy he is and what an honorable man he's going to be and how he's going to marry this daughter of theirs, and now he's going to be a liar when he kicks her to the American curb.
Yes. Well, I'm waiting for the advice.
James, I have pretty much alluded to what you should be doing here. You can't feel responsible because you promised that you would be this, that, and the other, and the reality is now that you're not into this woman, you're not in love with her. You can't, because you feel some level of responsibility, feel like you now are in a position where you have to marry this woman. She took chances, too, when she came over here. And she ran the risk of you doing exactly what it turns out you're going to be doing here. And that's using her. Even though that wasn't your intention, that's what it's turned into, James. You have used her like a French rag doll, and now you want something else. So don't feel any overwhelming level of responsibility to have to go through with something that you're not into. All right, you have a responsibility. Even though you're a bastard, and even though you're a little sick,
they both got what they wanted, though. They both got what they wanted. He got the sex. No. Yes, they did. Please.
She got what she wanted, but on a short-term basis, over the on the grand scale, over the long haul, she did not get what she wanted. Terry, she got uprooted. She got taken from her country, not against her will, but still
voluntarily.
She had anticipation, Terry. She had expectations that she would be with this man long term, and now after 3 months, she's going to be figuring out what her next move is.
But he's not the bastard for that. I mean, they both kind of got what they deserve
to some degree, because he should have known more about himself. He should have known that the promises he was making, he wasn't prepared to be making. He should have known that he's the type to get turned on by a certain situation and then pretty much have just drift away. He knows who he is, and he kind of fronted as he's been looking for a woman to marry, and he knew that wasn't that he had gotten ahead of himself when he was making those promises.
Quite possibly. Not that I'm not ready or prepared, unfortunately.
You're a bastard, James, but so are all of us in some sense, and we all pretty much would have done the same thing. Anyway, Maria wants to ask a question. Yes, Maria.
Sure.
If this person is that intelligent, I would think that she would know after 3 months that you just don't lounge around here, especially in America nowadays. So I'm annoyed with Terry, and typically I agree with a lot of things Terry has to say, but Terry, when you're saying that he should have set the parameters, I disagree with that. I mean, come on, if she's that intelligent, then he shouldn't have had to set parameters as far as what to do when you get here.
But the cultures are a little different. I don't know what goes on in France. I'm not so sure that
the work culture in France is pretty much the same as it is here. I mean,
well, the stigma is they're a lot lazier in France than they are in America, and I don't know if the women work. I don't know if that's necessarily a fair stigma, but that's the belief. And did she work when she was in France?
Yes.
Well, and she's 23 as well, so she's young. You got to take that.
She's an American now, Terry.
Sounds good, man.
I'm telling you, there's a line of guys that want this girl the minute she leaves your front door.
Sure, they want her for one thing, but it's not to marry and it's not to make her a wife.
So you're saying they want her in the same fashion that James wanted her, so she can go on these 3-month hiatuses with all these different guys in America, but she's not going to find anything permanent. Is what she was on the line right now, that's what you'd be warning her. Is that right,
but
Terry?
Here's the thing: they're going to be, after listening to him and realizing that, she's just got his ATM card like crazy, they just want her for the sex. The money's already taken care of because it's his.
So it's just going to be a rerun of what James gave her, is what you're saying. If all these guys that are lining up want their 3-month crack at her.
Yep.
And then they're going to do exactly what James has done here, and they'll make her promises, but they're not going to follow through on them, and she's going to fall into the same trap. So if she was on the line right now, what would you advise her, Terry, to move immediately back into your parents' home in France? Maybe she doesn't mind going from
find something, separate. Establish your career here in the United States. And
want a career.
That's what I'm trying to help her do. I mean,
She doesn't want a career.
I can give her the tools that she needs to be successful.
But I thought she was highly intelligent and educated, so...
Yeah, she is.
So why...
That's exactly what my problem is I don't have any idea. I don't know how to get her motivated. I mean,
oh my gosh, he's not listening to you, T-Man.
Coming home and having sex with her is obviously not a motivational factor.
But that's all you're going to get.
When was the last time you had sex with her, James?
Last night.
Wow. Tell me about it, James.
Oh, jeez.
All the details about your sex with a French woman last night, James.
Well, I don't have to do much. All I have to do is sit still and
she does all the work?
Wants to do.
She does all the work?
She does all the work, yeah.
That's the way you really like it? You like to lay back and let the woman do all the work?
For the most part, I'm lazy.
You work all day and you just want to lay back and let the woman who's been lounging around do a little work at some point in her day, and that's where she's willing to step up and do some work.
That is true. I'm
you gotta appreciate that, James.
I mean, that can't be work on the weekend.
That can't be overlooked, James. The fact that she is willing to put herself out and do most of the work during your work days when you get home. You're making it clear that she's willing to do that, right, James? You gotta appreciate that.
I definitely took that into consideration.
Don't sell that short, James.
No, I'm not at all.
You may miss this woman when she's gone, James. I hope you're aware of that too.
I'm sure of it.
But he can find another one.
But if you could snap your fingers and make her go away as if it never happened, you would do that right now.
No.
He just wants her to get a job and have a career so that he can marry her and they can have a nice
little
life.
Idea.
But I'm just telling you that I know
She's 23. How motivated is she?
I know that, but you need to tell him that.
I'm telling him that. I'm saying, James, listen, she's not going to get motivated. So now that you know that, do you want her gone, yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Then snap your fingers and she'll be gone. Close your eyes. Okay, she's gone.
Done.
And there's going to be many a guy out there that's going to want to take her in, Terry. And I got my hand in the air, too. Oh. And James is going to miss her. But that's all right. I want you to be aware, James, that when she's gone, when the house is empty again, you're going to miss her.
But you'll have more money in your bank account and...
Not on day one, Terry. But on day 4, it's going to start sinking in.
Well.
When James is looking around the house for someone to do all the work, and just ride like a bandit on the way out of town, Terry. Ride all over his hard work and schlong, Terry. He's gonna be really wishing he had the French girl back, but she's gonna be in some other man's home.
Yeah, but it's just a physical thing. I kind of feel for him just because.
He's really had a tough. Yeah, he's had a tough life. Yeah, you should really feel for James. Let's all light a candle for James.
The T-Man Show.
Mr. Mom, Thomas Beatty, posing a la Demi Moore in Vanity Fair, caressing his belly just weeks before giving birth to a girl. But will the history-making baby be the last for the transgendered Thomas and his wife Nancy? No, that's false. The two are considering more kids, but won't say who would carry them.
Oh, yeah, the picture of the dude, remember we put up on the TMAnshow.com, Terry, who's carrying a child, who's got a baby, one in the oven? Yeah, not often you talk about a guy with one in the oven, unless you're talking about some big blueberry muffins. This dude is ready to pop. He's going to have the baby any day now.
So it's not a hoax.
No, they reran because they were on. He was on with she was on with Oprah, and they reran it. I think this week.
Wow. Yes, and any day now he'll be putting stirrups and squeezing a newborn child out of his bunt, and there'll be a bouncing baby girl in the world thanks to him and his boyfriend.
Now watch how easy it is for a guy. They'll just squeeze it right out and walk on out of there. Going to work now.
His girlfriend.
Made such a big deal out of this.
He's the guy.
You guys all screaming like it was painful.
Jesus.
One push.
Wussies. Going to work. Where are my keys?
All I needed was eat a couple of tacos, and there she came.
Done.
Wow, what if we were to actually have that happen? What if the first, what seems like the closest thing to a man who's ever given birth before in this world of ours just tells us about the experience and, is making it clear that, the lady so overblew this.
Just dispels them this, exposes them all as frauds. It'd be great. Would love it.
Big whiners.
I know, it'd be amazing. It was easy. What are they talking about?
Well, this guy looks pretty feminine, and I don't know if he's got a... Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know much about this situation, but I do know that he's ready to give birth any day now. He could go into labor. He can go into labor. Is it a situation where you say she or you say he?
Well, that's why I said he, she. Well, that's kind of some of the issues.
I haven't followed the story close enough. Is he a girl now or no?
No, he's still a guy.
He's still a guy.
No, he didn't go through with the entire surgery. He started... And that's why he is able to carry the child, because he didn't finish. But he has
a schlong and he's going to have it through a C-section or what?
I don't even think that he had the schlong part. I think that he stopped.
What?
Yeah, I think that he...
Oh, so he originally was a woman?
He originally was a woman.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yes, and that's why...
I got it, yes.
Yes. That's why people are having issues with it, because they're saying it's not really a guy. He never really went through with the whole surgery and the whole transgender thing.
In the pictures, he looks like an effeminate guy, though.
He does, yes.
He looks more like a guy, is what I'm saying.
Right, but he did stop all his guy hormone treatment stuff or whatever. And
that's what caught everyone so off guard. It looked like a guy who was pregnant.
Right.
But he never went fully through with the procedure to make himself a woman.
Right.
I mean, wait, to make himself a guy.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I got it now.
Right.
Kept the ovaries in the womb so he could have kids.
Right.
1-866-663-T-Man. Alex, you're on the air. Hello, Alex.
What's going on, T-Man?
What's up, bud? How you doing?
Oh, I'm so fine, man. I'm heading to work right now. Hey,
what can I do for you?
That guy with the French woman, I say you should do this. Forget fixing his problems, invite her to the party limo, and take me with you. And we go live.
Alex thinks I should invite the French girl on the party limo, Terry. Why didn't I think of that?
Not the worst idea, really.
Yeah,
James is ready to toss her to the scrap heap. I don't think James doesn't know what the hell he wants right now. He's acting a little like a woman of his own.
Wow.
He is...
Yeah, so you should do him a favor. He doesn't know what he wants.
Exactly.
What's his problem?
He wants her motivated. Well, good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
How motivated 23, James?
Yeah.
But Alex has got a good idea. We should invite her on the party limo. But James is almost like her, not her guardian, but her guard right now. And I don't think he's going to be ready to hand her over to our party limo situation so quickly, Terry.
I think he knows better.
If I told him I was inviting her on the party limo, he's not going to let her go.
No.
And she's under his ruling thumb right now. That's part of the deal that he was probably interested in. That was part of the appeal when he brought her over from France, Terry.
Right.
He didn't mention that, but I'm sure that goes without saying, that he knew he'd have some dominance over her, being the American man, bringing her to his country. Although he says he really doesn't try to motivate her in any kind of forceful way. He just pretty much stays on one end of the house, and she stays on the other right now, doing her sleeping and her shopping on eBay.
Right. Why don't you take the credit card away from her?
Yeah, she had to come over to America to be able to shop on eBay, I guess.
I know. Wasn't that a weird little statement?
Well, I mean, they have it over in France and all the other areas of the world. But anyway, Marissa, you're on the air. What can I do for you real quick? Marissa, you there?
Hey.
Huh?
Remember me?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
the one that got dumped and promised to help me if I was cute.
I promised to help you if you were cute? Was that on the air or off the air?
What?
Was that off the air?
You offered me that.
Marissa, I don't remember you. I'm sorry. I know it's impossible for you to comprehend the thought that I don't remember you, but I don't. I'm sorry.
The one that got dumped.
The one that got dumped?
Yeah.
Oh, that narrows it down to about...
Yeah, okay.
To about a couple $100,000 of people that I've talked to over the past number of months. So
I got dumped by the party promoter, and you said you'd help me if I was cute. Get on the limo.
And how did it all turn out? I guess I'm not remembering you very well, so obviously we are taking a pass, right? Okay, no. Not cute enough. Thanks for the call.
Wow.
Thanks for updating us. Does she want to play games, Terry? Oh, yes, you do.
I guess.
Or she want to tell us why she's calling? I got a whole pile of emails of cute, better than cute, way hot women that want to be in the party limo. I have no shortage, all right?
Yep.
Matter of fact, I may have to start making some calls here, Terry, because they're rolling in over the past few days especially in high volumes. And I may have to start making some outgoing calls, not to Marissa, although obviously, according to what's going on in her mind, I'm just playing dumb and I'm dying for her, Terry.
How can you forget me? So high.
You remember me? No. Yes, you do. Liar.
Gosh. Yes, you do.
I don't remember you. Sorry to have to inform you. I'm going to probably, in the next little while, Terry, be making an outgoing call or two, trying to see if I need to recruit some of these ladies for the party limo, Terry.
Oh, sounds good.
These ladies who very generously went out of their way to send in pictures and very compromising little postures, Terry, to prove that they are worthy of being in a party limo situation, don't you know?
Yeah. I bet.
And again, it won't be Marissa. Oh, yes, it will.
You remember me.
Liar.
The T-Man Show. Tony Romo and Justin Timberlake hit the Torrey Pines Golf Course in San Diego.
Oh.
Tony won, JT came in second,
yeah.
But he's our winner in the fashion department.
And a kid how Tony Romo and Justin Timberlake are friends now, Terry.
Oh, yeah. So cute.
Playing
Tony
golf.
won, JT
they
came
look
in
so
second,
cute.
but he's our winner in the fashion department with that dashing black trilby hat, striped shirt, and you can't see them, but tuxedo striped pants.
Comparing sexual notes about how good Jessica is, how good Brittany was, how good Cameron Diaz is, who gives the best Hummers. You know they're doing that by the 8th hole, Terry.
Sure. Okay.
How one of them's known as the 8th hole.
This is what dudes talk about when they're playing golf, Terry. When
Really?
When they have, common sexual partners in common. You know what I'm saying? They compare notes. They talk about weird nights where. Well, I don't even want to get into some of the graphic things they talk about, Terry, because it is a family show, don't you know? And I know you have a whole pile of stories there, and I still have a million things I got to do this morning. So give me the first story on the top of your pile, and we'll go on with the day. What do you have there?
Well, actually, before we move on to my pile of stories, can I just kind of bring to your attention that Gay phone operator. Well, our little friend Gay hasn't been on Terry Camp for the last 2 days.
I don't have a little friend Gay.
No, but
Terry.
listen, seriously.
I have a very oversized and large friend Gay phone operator, if that's who you're referring to.
I am, but really, I'm concerned about him only because I noticed he hasn't been on, so I went to his blog to see maybe if that could give me some information.
He hasn't been on what? Terry
He hasn't been on Terry Cam at all, or even his room.
Are you getting that cocky to think that someone can't spend a day away from Terry Cam and there not be something majorly wrong with their life?
No, I'm talking about Gay phone operator here who rarely, and is never actually ever off Terry Cam.
All right.
So I go to his blog and I think he's really in a deep, deep depression.
Oh,
so I'm a tad concerned.
What you're saying is it's Tuesday. Is that what you're pretty much getting at? Or what?
I mean, all jokes aside, I think this is like a really
all
not
jokes
a good
aside,
thing.
Terry, the guy has been in a major depression. Endless amount of times during the course of the past, just even couple of years. This is something that he just goes through every once in a while. Now, does it say specifically why he's depressed?
The blog is very specific, and I think that he just.
Is he upset with us again? Is he going to blame everything on us or what?
No. Apparently,
something
what
happened?
Something's
going on in his life.
Apparently, a listener duped him again, and this time pretty bad.
Well, why does he get so upset when listeners dupe him? He should take it as, like, when listeners call in, and even his Rainbow Stupid Coalition calls in.
Right.
And makes it like they're calling about something serious, and then says Rainbow Coalition for Life or something like that. Do I go into a deep depression when I get duped?
Every time, yes. We can't get you out of the house.
But you know him. He is, when he gets
happened?
out. This is what happened.
Print me out his blog. Let me see. I guess this is what we get when I hand him the keys to the tmanshow.com and let him blog away.
Right. Well, this is the longest blog he's blogged since you gave him the blog.
Are you getting the sense that he's just doing this for attention?
No.
Do you really feel like he's in a funk?
I do really feel. I mean, for 2 days, hasn't checked in, said hi, no instant message, no Terry cam, not even just a checking in or anything.
What possibly could a listener have done to get him so non-functional that he can't do anything that is just about as simple as it gets and a very big and important part of his life, Terry?
Apparently what happened is, I guess 2.5 months ago, he started getting text messages from some mystery guy who said he wanted to meet him, sent him pictures, and, they struck up his conversation, whatever.
Well, things like this have happened before, if this is what you're getting at.
I understand that. However,
misled by a listener into thinking that they were into him when the reality is they were just messing with him.
But the thing is,
he should think the chances are, I'm sorry to have to tell him, he should realize that the chances are when some listener is emailing him out of the blue and making it like they're all enamored by him and his stature and his looks and all that stuff, he should think there's a 97% chance that he's being messed with.
And usually he's even said he's pretty guarded. But listen, it went 2.5 months, so I think.
Well, don't tell me all the details. Pace is printing me out the blog, and I want to read it for myself. But because I don't want you to ruin the fun. Now I'm getting actually kind of interested in seeing what the hell happened here, because I'm sorry, it has to be considered somewhat laughable that he consistently lets this happen to himself, and then he makes it like he was so wronged and he was so duped when, as I said, in reality, he should have his guard fully implanted in front of his face and protecting him, Terry, to know that the chances are very, very small that it is what it is. And the fact that he allows himself to get duped reflects more on him than any listener that's playing some gag on him, Terry.
Did you get the blog yet? Because this is kind of where I know.
We're printing it out right now. He must enjoy the process of having an excuse for just laying in bed and wallowing and doing nothing, Terry.
No, he
must love it.
No, he doesn't need an excuse.
Well, exactly. And the thing is that, I mean, when you read the blog, I kind of... Again, like I said, you're right. It has happened in the past, but I think that usually he figures it out after a shorter period of time, like a week or two.
All right, let me see what we got here. So what are you telling me, Terry? Some listener, I need a better copy. Some listener duped him.
Yes,
and
for
made it like
2.5 months, almost 3 months.
Well, how come he never told us that something was going on for 2.5, 3 months between him and a listener?
Well, because he is trying to, again, be cautious and not
get all excited.
Yeah, because we make fun of him for that.
But
we were never
He's got lots of relationships like that, though,
He never let us in on the fact that he was having some ongoing pen pal type email situation with a listener of ours, Terry. He never even gave us an inkling that there was someone he was interested in over the past 3 months. Why did he keep it from us? Maybe we could have done some investigation. Maybe we could have spared him. And I'm seeing here, oh my goodness, let me read this. I'm going to have to read this like in its entirety.
I know.
This is so ridiculous. I'm going to have to read this verbatim. I'm going to have to read this so everyone, not that you can't go to the tmanshow.com and read it for yourself, but if you're in your cars, this is a doozy.
See?
The fact that he lets himself get into these situations is all about him, and it shows nothing about the cruelty of the people of this world, Terry. If you allow yourself to be so set up to be a laughingstock, then who do you blame, Terry?
But
when you put yourself up on a
seriously, 2.5 months. Okay, I get it. If it was a week, a 10-day thing, but I mean, it carried on for 2.5 months.
Well, listeners are committed to making him into a fool, Terry. Don't get me wrong. I know they love getting a laugh at his expense, but he allows it to happen.
But I think he actually put his guard down for at least one time to maybe believe.
What
just
time
believe.
This has happened before? Just believe. Well, I mean, he knows better than anyone. He would probably say it more than I would, that if you meet someone, especially through this show, and he was getting emails through, from what I'm reading here, from someone who was a listener of this show, you got to take it with not just a grain of salt, but like a whole mound of salt, Terry. And the fact that even, yes, after 2.5 months, the guy consistently emailed him and kept up some kind of internet relationship with him, the fact that it turned out that it was some big goof should be something that he actually ultimately laughs at instead of going into some deep wallowing depression now where he's completely not able to function. To the degree where he can't even be on Tari Cam, which is his life's work.
Right.
Well, we gotta get some music going for me to read this. I need you to pick out a selection of appropriate music to really illustrate the drama level that gay phone operator has once again allowed himself to seep into between him and a...
Oh, no.
Sorry. Wait, what did I pick here? My bad. You were talking about gay. I got excited. Sorry.
Well, that's fine. You can play a little bit more of that. It sets everything up.
Okay. No, maybe not that
Well, this is what Gay anticipated. This is what, for 2.5 months, Gay was envisioning in his mind.
Yes.
He was envisioning, unbuttoning his shirt and pressing chests up against a guy who was a listener of this program that wants to get romantically involved with the gayest of phone operators that the world has ever known. 2 Long Island iced teas, bartender. But, of course, those visuals never panned out. Those dreams never realized. Those fantasies never came to fruition because it turns out some guy was just messing with him in our listening audience, Terry. And Gay has now blogged about it.
I'm waiting for that word to go away. Grosses me out every time I hear it for some reason.
On June 10th, 2008 at 12:18 a.m., just after midnight. Is that today, June 10th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just after midnight this morning, a gay phone operator has shared with the world the funk that he's in. Because after 2.5 months of being led on and being told things were one way, it was, in reality, truly the opposite. Just another listener having their fun with a man who allows it to happen time and time again.
We so want him to be in love with somebody and find someone who loves him, don't we?
What? I'm sorry, I truly missed that. What did you say?
I said, but don't we kind of all want him to find somebody to love and love
but he's
him?
not going to find someone in our audience, Terry. Our audience is a bunch of goofs led by the leader of the goofs. That's me, and he should know that he's not going to find any romantic involvement of a homosexual nature, especially from our listening audience. Not that there aren't a nice faction of homosexual listeners, but they're not about to email Gay with something true and realistic. The likelihood is, as I said, 97% chance, and that's a small estimate. That's probably underscoring it, Terry, that the chances are that he's being messed with. And the fact that he allows himself to get set up like this and then goes into this spiral is absurd. Now, pump up the music. I want to hear it a little better. Because I'm about to read. I'm about to read the blog entry of June 10th, 2008 at 12:18 a.m. And it reads as follows from Gay Phone Operator. 2.5 months ago, actually he writes 2.5 months ago.
Okay. He's very mathematical if you didn't know.
2.5 months ago, I started getting texts from someone that showed an interest in meeting me. They sent me photos and talked about details of their life. They opened up to me. They informed me that they were a bartender and that on every Monday night they would be on the job and able to have me meet up with them. But apparently he refrained, Terry, from meeting up with this guy on many a Monday for 2.5 months.
Very busy schedule on Mondays for him.
Right.
This week I got a message saying it was his last night at the bar. And it would be my last chance to meet him and say hi.
That's great setup.
I mean, just the chances of that. It's my last night at the bar and I want to spend it with you. Just the chances right there of that being true. How gullible is Gay Phone Operator, Terry? It's my last night at the bar, and my going out wish is to spend it with you, Gay Phone Operator, a man I've never met in my life.
What a great setup.
Doesn't he realize that sounds a little weird and corny?
All right, you don't typically pick strangers to spend your last night of anything to do with, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, I guess he felt that they had been emailing and texting each other for 2.5 months. Maybe the guy really had fallen in love with Gay over the past 2.5 months and wanted to spend his last night on the... Who leaves a job bartending anyway? You spend those like jobs. Why would you leave a bartending job? Did he ever ask him why?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Like Judge Judy says, if it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true.
I got a message saying it was his last night at the bar he worked at, and a little louder on the music. And I really can't read the drama here.
Yeah, I don't want to drown you out, though.
That's fine. And that it would be his last chance to meet me and say hi. And that he would love to. Well, I finally gave in.
Jeez.
I drove 25 minutes to meet this person. And when I got there and asked for his name, the bartender said that it was his name I was saying, but he didn't know anything about this. And I said, you've been messaging me. And he said, no, I have not. A little awkward, would you say?
I would say yes.
Is Gay for real, Terry?
Looks that way.
All right, where was I? You've been messaging me. And he said, no, I have not. I was instantly on guard and said, never mind, I guess someone's been playing a joke. Someone by the name of Javier that's been messaging me for 2.5 months anywhere in this bar?
Javier, come on.
Or as Terry would say, Javier. And wanting me to meet, and so wanted me to meet me tonight because it was his last night? And the bartender said, oh, no, that's not me. I turned and walked away. I can't believe a listener would be this cruel and set me up this way. I can, and so can everyone else. Why is he the only one that can't believe this, Terry?
I don't know.
Or do you feel sorry for him?
Did I not tell you that I was concerned because he hasn't been around or anything?
Are you really concerned, Terry?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to tell me that you feel sorry for him?
I do.
Are you going to tell me that you feel bad? How could you feel bad when he makes this?
Because he is, I think out 2.5 months, I get the joke. I get that our listeners love to play jokes on him. But, I mean, to carry it on that long is really, like he points out, very cruel.
All right, hang on. Before you get into all that, and I guess that's how you feel. I don't feel that way, Terry. I feel like he got exactly what was coming to him.
But regardless of what people think about him, he's still a person, and he does have feelings, and he's a nice guy.
We're all people, and we're all capable of setting ourselves up like this if we want to make idiots of ourselves, Terry. And if the time comes where we actually do fall into a trap and make an idiot of ourselves, we can go one of two ways. We can laugh it off and brush it off like rainwater off our backs, Terry, or we can go into a downward spiral and just lay on our couch in the fetal position, sucking our thumb into this major funk that prevents him from doing anything productive in the world, like he loves to have an excuse to be doing, he is right now.
But the thing is that when will he be able to put his guard down and actually find somebody? He can't always walk around being on the defense.
Well, you know what? Well, maybe he shouldn't put license plates on his car that says gay phone operator anymore. Maybe he shouldn't put a tattoo on his calf that says gay phone operator if he wants to be someone who's not going to be, messed around with, Terry. If he wants to go back to Christopher and have a little more anonymity and find true love in that fashion, that may be a more productive way of going about it, wouldn't you say, or no?
Well,
he wants to have it both ways. He wants to be this big character that is gay phone operator, the listener of all listeners, and because that's really what he is, and have all the fun with that. But then if some listener wants to poke a little fun back at him, he's been so wronged, and how could someone be so cruel out there? The person who did this wasn't that cruel.
Well, he did.
The person who did this was just what?
He did post a number on the blog.
Oh, geez, are we morphing into Send in the Clowns?
We are, yes, and I really don't know why. But I think it fits.
I think it fits. I think gay phone operator has set himself up as a big red-headed clown with big floppy shoes.
He likes when you honk his nose.
Lower. Well, let me finish up his blog here. Although I'm going to be fighting with the lyrics, I'm sure.
Do you want to go back?
Isn't it real?
I picture him singing this on his balcony, looking out into the sky.
All right, go back to the other musical. Let me finish up the blog, and then we'll get into this. All right?
We're going to have to make Gay the musical, and we have all the acts already worked out.
All right, where was I? Where did I leave off? Anyone remember?
You left off.
He said, "Oh, no.
Right.
That's not me." I turned and walked away. I can't believe a listener would be so cruel and set me up this way. He has done nothing but call and leave messages saying, "Ha, ha, ha," ever since last night. I guess 2 nights ago.
So wait, the guy's confirming that? I mean, it was a joke?
Yeah,
the guy is now taunting him. Exactly.
See, that's terrible.
The guy is now, letting him know that he was duped all the way along, and the ha-ha-has, and you're an idiot, and what a fool.
Wow. The guy's probably sitting in the bar in the corner, huh? Watching the whole thing. See a little
There's probably going to be a YouTube video going up any minute now of gay phone operator going up to some bartender named Javier and, giving him the eye and batting his eyelashes. And
I'm looking. YouTube.com.
I mean, the fact that we, Terry, are laughing, does that make us cruel? I mean, the man set himself up for this. My gosh. Are you serious that you really feel sorry for him after all this time of where he should know better?
Right, I know that, but still, I guess in my heart...
Let me finish. Let me just read the last line here. It's not too often that I put myself out there and try to meet someone, but it'll be a hell of a long time before I do it again. Yeah, famous last words. We've heard that before, Terry. He said that many times. The next time he'll put himself out there is the next email he gets from some listener saying he likes him again. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be 3 years from now, but that's when it'll be, Terry. He'll fall into this trap every single time. And there's some part of him that must enjoy it, Terry. There's some part of him that must be entertained and likes the excuse. I don't know whether it's he's entertained by it or just loves to have a built-in excuse for why he's laying on his couch doing nothing, Terry. But this is his own doing. I mean, yeah, he was assisted by this guy who led him, I guess, to believing that there was a small chance, but he should have thought it was nothing but that, just a small chance, and he should have expected it to turn out this way.
Well, sometimes you just hope. You know, you really do.
A cue, the other, a song. A nice transition.
Oh, I thought it was going to fade. Damn it. There's a video of Gay leaving Applebee's, if you all must see it, though, on YouTube for some reason. Yes, very exciting.
No.
With rib juice on his face?
If you look, that's not rib juice.
Well, yeah, it is, but not Applebee's rib juice. But anyway.
Oh, stop it.
Terry. All right, let's all now picture him on his balcony, yeah.
Like a Vita, but not pretty.
Isn't it real?
Oh, man.
Are we a pair?
Answer his phone, Terry?
No.
Right.
Where are the clowns?
Oh, I think we know. Terry, you can't really feel that bad for him.
I do, because I want him to be happy.
Still has happy music on his outgoing...
He just doesn't have the energy to change it.
He what?
Doesn't have the energy to change it.
He doesn't have the energy to change it to something depressing? Your phone, Gay. Your friends are calling to check in, make sure you're okay.
You've reached Christopher. Obviously, I'm not available to take your call.
Turn the music. Sounds chipper, Terry.
Blocked, anonymous, or a pre-recorded message, it ain't gonna happen. So you might as well give up. Leave your name and number after the tone.
See, what's with the attitude?
When and if I want to call you, I'll call you back.
See, if he was really depressed, Terry, he would have changed his outgoing message first thing to reveal his level of depression. Gay. Your friends are calling to check up on you again because you've gotten yourself in a situation again that has allowed you to ball yourself up in the fetal position and do nothing again. You really deserve this, Gay. You know this. You know you set yourself up for this. Come on. But being the friends that we are after all this time of you being on the show, we are concerned for you, and we are sorry that you kind of, in a gullible fashion, allowed this to happen. We're reading your blog on the air, and we want to make sure you're okay. And anything else we want to add, Terry? Anything you want to say?
Just want you to be okay, and call and let us know you are okay, and... You know.
We're gonna call you back right now, Gay, and we're gonna expect that you'll pick up your phone and share a moment with us, because you can't be that depressed over this. You really can't be that in a funk over this, because this has happened too many times. If he was on right now, he'd say, "But that's the point."
You don't even need him. Just go through his whole routine.
Yeah, I can do both sides. I can do myself and his responses.
You know, I think a guy with all this high security of, if you're calling from a block number, I'm not going to answer, blah, blah, would be really on guard.
Not going to happen.
Sounds like he's really on guard and he's on top of things. He has high security. You're not going to get to me easy. Really?
Mm-hmm. So why, Terry, why would you feel so sorry for him?
Just because
maybe you're playing right into his hands and giving him the attention that he's really looking for.
No, I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. I truly believe that he does want to find somebody.
Yes, and you really believe that he's in a bad state, and we should be very concerned for him right now.
Yes, because
like we should be on gay phone operator suicide watches. Is that extreme? What are you thinking?
Well, no, seriously. And I just, in fact, private message Jerko, who was in the chat room, and I asked him if he's talked to him, and he hasn't even talked to him, and he's one of the big Rainbow Coalition guys.
So he's not even in touch with his own coalition right now?
No.
He's not even talking to pseudo friends. That's serious.
If he's not talking to his fake friends, Terry, then this must be more serious than I thought. He must be in a real serious depression.
Yes.
If he killed himself over this, well, then I'm sorry, he deserves to die.
No, he doesn't.
He would never do something that stupid. Would he let some listener get to him that seriously?
Not until he sees David Archuleta live. He ain't going out before that, my friend.
Exactly. I almost feel like he's playing us right now, Terry. He can't be that upset about this.
He has not been in Terry Cam chat room since he
wants us to fawn all over him right now. Are you okay? We're sorry this happened to you. Oh, the bastard guy out there. How cruel your right people can be. He wants us to give him all the smothering attention that he feels like he hasn't gotten in a while, and we may be playing right into his hands here, Terry. Now, maybe that comes off as me being a little callous, but I'm sorry. He's got to be smarter. He's got to know better than to let this happen. It's happened before, Terry. He's got to be smarter than to let this really affect him at this point.
Okay, then how is he supposed to find somebody?
Terry, as I said, if he was truly ready to find someone, maybe he's got to realize that he's got to sacrifice some things, like not putting a tattoo of gay phone operator on his calf, not putting his license plates on his car that say gay phone operator, not doing those things that allow him to eliminate the prospect of being a life of more anonymity, Terry. He wants to have it both ways. He wants to be this big caricature out there, and yet when somebody plays him for that little character that he is, he gets in a serious depression. If he really was serious about meeting someone, he wouldn't be so amped up about being the gay phone operator.
So this listener who is cruel, it's just, we're all, you guys going to jump on his side and do the ha-ha-ha? That's what you get?
No, we're not doing the ha-ha-ha with him, Terry, but we're not feeling sorry for Gay either, because if the listener the listener writing him as gay phone operator, and Gay knows that he's being written to as gay phone operator, he should have a level of serious security, and if it turns out the way it most likely was going to turn out, which is the way it in fact did turn out, he should be able to laugh it off. How many times did I show up at a mall looking back in the late 90s, Terry, looking for the girl who had sent me hot pictures of herself, only to see some huge, oversized heifer laughing and waiting and ready to hug the life out of me, Terry.
But it's better than nobody showing.
And thinking that I should be thankful to be with her because I don't look any better. And she was right, and I would laugh it off with her and say, oh, this is a fun moment, let's go get some Baskin-Robbins. But we didn't go into some deep depression over each other, did we?
It's a different story.
It's not a different story.
It
Terry.
is.
I've been
is.
duped. I continue to have listeners mess with me on certain things.
Come on. You are not in the same position as gay phone operator.
Well, I'm not gay.
No, you're totally not in the same situation. You're not Ribby Robbie anymore.
Well, when I was Ribby Robbie, I had some level of being able to hold my own when the times got tough, Terry, and not letting it get to me too much. Anyone can let things affect them, and there are a lot more drastic things happening in the world right now than gay phone operator being duped by some stupid listener.
But we are
He
his
wants to make
friends.
it seem like he's got it worse than anyone in the world right now. Well, take him to a children's hospital and walk. That's what my mom used to say to me when I'm sorry to have to bring my mom's because it used to bug me when she used to say it. When I used to get down, she used to say to me, I'll walk you to a children's hospital and you'll see kids with real problems.
Yeah, it's not a bad point, really.
And you'll see some reasons to really feel depressed.
Yeah.
The fact that he thinks he's got the worst deal in the world right now because some listener duped him when he should be laughing about it shows what he's all about, Terry. So don't feel sorry for him and don't play right into his hands. Not that I don't feel bad about it on some small level, Terry, but I'm not going to make this into some catastrophic thing because it's not. And if he doesn't want to be on Terry Cam, that's his decision. If he wants to take a couple of days off, he can take off 2 days, 10 days, 100 days. And I have called him to check that he's okay, Terry, but I'm not going to make it more dramatic than that. Because it's nothing. It's stupid. And so is he a lot of times. He's stupid. Not that I can't be stupid. You know, Terry, I can be. But don't let his stupidity dupe you into thinking that this is something so tragic that's happened to him. What tragic act has happened to him here, Terry?
Well, I just feel bad because I think that I understand where you're coming from. I get all that. But there is a certain extent to where it becomes really just vicious and cruel.
And I feel 1 part that, and 9 parts, this is as funny as hell.
He can't just post that kind of stuff and then hide. He's got to talk to us about it, right?
Well, but here's the other thing. So
yeah, he wants to post it on the blog on the tmanshow.com, and then he wants to hide and make it like he's not ready to talk to anyone.
He's not even talking to his little Rainbow Coalition president.
Well, I'm going to give him 1 break, Terry. 1 break to collect himself. And then I'm going to call him 1 last time. And if he doesn't answer the phone, well, then I'm going to take it somewhat personally. Not that I will be affected in any degree, Terry, but then I'm going to start to get angry at him.
Which every 10 minutes it goes by, you take 1 staple out of his stomach, right?
Those staples that were supposed to give him the confidence to attack the world like he never could before, Terry, we're going to start ripping them out 1 by 1.
The T-Man Show.
I'm going to make a call here, Terry. And it may be not to who you think it is. Make a call to someone who may answer the phone.
Domino's Pizza?
They may answer.
Always there for me. Never dupe me.
Damn, I hope she answers. Come on, you're so freaking hot. Answer the phone. I want to put you on the party limo. Answer the phone.
Hey, it's Mario. I'm probably shopping.
I agree.
I'm probably shopping, she said.
Press 1 if you still want to leave him.
Girls with attitude like that. Should I leave her a message?
Shopping.
Terry, she's one of the many emailers who sent in pictures trying to get her ass in a party limo situation, and she looks pretty friggin' very pretty, and I just wanted to inform her that she, was going to be put on the party limo, but she's not answering her phone.
Dang it.
But there is one guy who is on the line that is the anti-gay phone operator type caller, and that's this guy.
Now, representing butt rocker
Truckers worldwide. Carrying sod from Tacoma to Everett and every city in between. President of the blue-collar workers. Even though he wears a tank top, here's Dump Truck Guy.
Dumpy.
Yes, sir.
You called in to console your friend in his time of need?
I'm not negative. Ain't happening. You know what? I was on stick cam last night. I just tend to go on there every night because I don't have the opportunity to be on there in the morning, so I was just dicking around, and his big old mug was on there with like 4 or 5 of his Rainbow Fag Coalition people on there.
Oh, man.
Dude. I think it's all just a big front, woe is me type moment.
Well, no, I mean, they said that this happened last night, so this may be after you were dicking around, as you phrase it, on Stickam, and you saw Gay and his Rainbow Coalition.
I thought he got duped out 2 days ago.
No, according to this blog, he wrote this at 12:18 a.m., and it happened earlier that night.
Yeah. Well, it was about like 11:15 when I was
probably right before he left to go meet this person.
It was 11:15?
When I was on there, yeah.
Well, if it was,
man.
Terry, if it was 11:15, and he wrote this blog at 12:18, that doesn't give him much time to be driving 25 minutes and back and be duped by this guy. And the window of opportunity for this whole scenario to take place doesn't have much of an available little allotment of time.
Are we being duped?
Uh-oh.
You're being duped. Duped right in the booty.
Yeah, but Gay phone operator is not the type to dupe us about situations like this.
I don't know, man. Trust me. Like I said, I went on. I can't go on the site because I went on there one time. This little stick cam thing. I'm banned for life, which breaks my freaking heart. But you can't go on there and you can't see them. You just can't see what everybody's writing. But like I said, there's at least 4 or 5 people on there, and they're chatting away. And I see the big old grin, big old redheaded grin. So you can't be that broke up, man.
Well, he said it happened last night. I don't know what time it happened last night, but if it happened if you were really on at 11:15.
I was, trust me. You get on that thing, man. I started about 8 o'clock, and next thing you know, I was like, God damn, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, the real big question that is hanging out here is why Dump Truck Guy's life is so just void of any kind of action, entertainment, or interesting things happening that he has to go on Gay phone operators' little stick cam area of the world, Terry, and
just when you click on there, and he's like 4 or 5 top people on there, so I just like, what the heck? I just want to see what's going on.
We get it. It was an accident. He didn't mean to bump into Gay phone operator online. It just happened to be that way.
I just click on there to see what's cracking.
Yeah, his site is kind of the only show talk if you want some, because Terry's off at 10. So if you want to talk to other listeners, you have to kind of go to his site.
Right. That are related, to your show, yeah.
So on all of Stickam at 11:15, the only place that is a reasonable destination to get anything out of it is Gay phone operator's site?
No, negative.
Well, if you want to
I was on a different site, but just clicking through, because I don't know what sites what, so I just clicked through on all of them. Look for some action on there, see what's cracking.
Well, maybe he went earlier in the evening and he was...
Yeah, but if he went earlier in the evening, Terry, and he was so depressed like he claims he is now, then why was he on Stickam with a big grin on like Dumpy's saying, and why was his Rainbow Coalition friends there chatting away with him when they're acting like they haven't talked to him and they're all concerned about him too?
Maybe they were trying to make him feel better. I don't know. I'm just telling you what's going on in the room. And what people are saying.
I think it's just a big fraud so everybody can say, woe is him. Ain't happening.
Wow. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, whatever. I got to take another break.
Oh, jeez.
I got 2 people not answering their phones right now. Gay phone operator, either pretending or truly in a serious depression. I've never known him to have to pretend to be in a depression, Terry. He usually finds a way to get in them all by himself. In his mind, it's all real and it's all happening as he says it is. And he's never been the type to fake anything. Oh, just so. I'm not going to think that Dump Truck Guy is completely on point there, but there has to be something to be said about the fact that it was 11:15 when Dumpy was chatting away, and he said it was 25 minutes to go to the bar, and he would have to have return time too, Terry, and then he wrote this blog at 12:18.
Okay.
I mean, it's doable if he left right after Dumpy was on Stickam, but it's closes the window pretty damn tight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And I also got Marielle not answering my call, who was my top choice, my first-round draft pick today for the party limo. Let me give her one more chance to answer her phone right now. This is a very important moment. Terry, you got to see pictures of her.
Well, I was just going to ask you.
Dying to.
Oh, you turned lesbian so fast?
No.
I did.
I believe she's completely heterosexual, but you want her so bad. Mm-hmm. Marielle Flores from Alameda, I am calling you right now. You emailed with a strong desire to be on the T-Man party limo to the jam, so please.
But you know hot chicks, they don't have to work. They get to sleep until noon, right? That's not typically it.
Well, not on this morning for...
Hey, it's Marielle. I'm probably shopping, so just leave a message.
To disconnect, press 1. If you still want to leave a...
Is that what you want on the party limo anyway? I'm probably shopping. Do you think that sounds cool or something, Terry?
Great line.
I guess so. Gets you interested, right?
I don't know. It looks pretty hot, though.
Right.
But that's strike 2.
The T-Man Show.